post.
Hmm. Deep. This is deep.
Investigated in piano in me clouds. Please. Hello. Hello.
Jeez.
Dang. I'm connected to this actually. Pretty damn good. Might be cooking. We might be cooking.
Jesus Christ.
What did that drop?
Wow, that's insane. It's pretty cool. Ace, have you set up a Last FM account yet?
I probably have an account, but I do not use it. I completely
Telling
forgot about it.
it gives such good data. It's crazy. I mean,
It
that's a good
syncs
thing
to your
about you.
Spotify, right?
Set it up. Yeah, you can have a link to your Spotify, YouTube, whatever you use
Oh,
to
really?
listen to music. Yeah, I just set it once and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just logs everything.
Maybe it is connected. I just forgot. I hope that's the case.
That would actually be sick.
History, I know passwords.
Yeah, it's super useful.
The frick? Ah, settings.
Okay, that's
Password.
working properly. All right. Quick audio checks. Ace.
Check. How do I sound? Do I sound too quiet, too echoey, too loud?
A
No, you're
bit
right. Oh, never
muffled,
mind.
I think, a little, but for the most part, it's
It
fine.
don't sounds like you're talking
I
directly to the
might
mic.
because I'm off center here. Okay.
What about you, Ghost?
Test, 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 test. Check, check, check. Test, check.
Sounds clean and appropriate. Can't verify where the mic is, but doesn't matter. And then what about myself? Is the audio coming in clear? I know I was dropping out earlier, but can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that needs to be noted? I think everything is in place. So um mm, okay. When y'all have a second, Ace, can you check the live stream? Make sure it's running properly.
Yep.
Ain't no question about the paper. On a different name. Shout out to all the
Damn, I
goofy
don't have one.
names. All right.
Okay, good enough. All right, I guess we can just jump right into it then. Let me just put this here. Check off the
And you,
starting
of course, your
scene.
mic is starting to cut out a little bit again. Hopefully, it's fine when we're doing the actual episode, though.
That sucks that I can never be too bothered to not care per se, but I've just never seen any issues on the live on the recordings. But obviously, if we're ever missing anything that I say, just let me know so I can reiterate. I don't even know if
Gotcha.
I don't even know if I record these, to be honest, because this is not gonna be edited video. This is once in a lifetime content. I guess just for sake of sake, you never know. Okay, so yeah, I'll start recording. Okay, so then I think I just go here and it should look good. Everybody should be in place. Boom. All right, everybody, even everybody at home, make sure you got your water. It's gonna be a long stream. Okay. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, everyone. We're back. Yes, welcome back to the Be Warm and Be Filled podcast. We have not everyone, but we do have most of the guys, the crew, the bros. We got Ace.
Sup?
We got Ghost.
Yo,
And we have myself, obviously, QuestLando. Guys, how we all doing? How we all feeling?
Pretty good.
decent.
Standard. And I myself am feeling pretty fine myself. It is coming off a relatively tiring week of getting last minute stuff done. Spoiler alert, going through multiple projects, albums, mixtapes, EPs, but it is all culminated to this podcast. And just to get the quick podcast out the way, even though some of it might not be applicable to this particular episode. Quick podcast intro stuff. Actually, I don't think any of it's applicable. Well, one, obviously, if you stop by, uh, now listen to it after, whatever the case may be. One, we just say thank you, and typically we not only provide dope, interesting conversation, but typically you'll be able to find music. But there is no song, there's no playlist this week. But you might bump into music one way or other because there's a lot of music that we talked about this podcast. Also, if you're a person that when they watch a video, they like to have timestamps to kind of get a gauge of what's being talked about, and just wants to listen to a full 2 hour plus podcast without really knowing what people are talking about, we'll provide timestamps afterwards. Although for this one, there probably won't be many timestamps outside of music. And also, if you really prefer to just watch shorter content and not watch a whole, again, hour plus piece of content, we definitely recommend and implore you to go to our channel, go to the video tab, and you'll be able to find all of our topic videos sliced down and condensed for your enjoyment. And we're getting to the end of the year, end of the 2025. So pretty much all of our topic discussion videos will probably be out in the near future. I think I just have some final editing to do, but yeah, by the end of this week, going on to the following week, all the discussions that we had throughout 2025 will be out and up. And some of them, actually, I'm not mad at some of the viewership that we've been able to amass. And again, we definitely owe all of y'all a thank you. Now for today's agenda, the itinerary. As if you may or may not know, we have some traditions on our small little podcast. Yes, and one is there is so much music that comes out throughout the year, just endless projects, ones that you obviously heard about, like in this year particular, like the Clips album, the Drake album, so on and so forth. But there's a whole bunch that you might not have heard, and there's a whole bunch you might not have listened to. So just like many platforms before us that do the work and rate every album, we are also going to take on that task, or we have taken on that task. Yes, we know not everyone is going to take the time or have the interest or even are aware to listen to all the products that come out in any given year. But that's why you can come to us and we'll do it for y'all. So, without further ado, we will be getting into the. I don't know if we ever came up with an official name for it, but we will be rating, reviewing, scoring, and giving a little dissertation on all the hip hop projects that came out in 2025. Yes.
You should come up with a name for it.
You know what's
I don't
crazy?
know.
And I'll pull it up while I kind of hand it off to y'all. I actually made a little whatchamacallit? Banner? Not banner. Like a little cover art for this, but I didn't put it
Hmm.
anywhere.
Oh
I'm
snap!
I might make it the thumbnail of this. But yeah, while I pull it up and before we get into it, um, what is y'all quick synopsis of 2025 music in general? Before going into this, it really seemed like there was a ton of music that came out this year. But looking at our list, and we'll put up the list in a second, there's actually less projects that we have up on our list at least than previous years. So yeah, what is y'all quick synopsis of like going through the project, listening, just the amount? What do you think, Ghost? Start with you.
If we're talking about just hip hop, honestly feels like a pretty mediocre year. Not awful, but nothing that really stood out. Just last year was so it was so different because of all the Kendrick and Drake beef kind of overwhelmed everything. But even outside of that, I think musically it was still a pretty good year. This year, I mean, there were some good projects, but I haven't really looked back on any as like, or I haven't really looked back on the year as it being a standout in either way, good or bad. There were a decent amount of artists that I enjoy that dropped, some with more success than others, but I just kind of say it's kind of a middle of the road year.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then what about you, Ace? What do you think? What's your quick little synopsis before we get into other projects? Of what you kind of came away thinking about listening to other projects, consuming multiple projects, and so on and so forth.
I thought it was a pretty good year overall. Like we got, I feel like we did get a lot of drops from artists that I am more interested in than or I should just say am interested in. Um, Compared to previous years, yeah, I don't feel like there was much of a decline per se. I do agree that um it felt harder to pick like the super standout albums, but I don't know. Overall, it still felt like a good, very solid year.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Um, I don't know. It's kind of hard. Always hard to gauge whether for speaking for myself personally, if I'm just so stuck on the 2013 era, 2011 era of music that I can't fully appreciate when music comes out these days, or there just really isn't a banger, the as many bangers. But yeah, nothing. I not nothing. There's obviously a lot of trash. I don't think when you look at it into its totality, I don't think you could say it's full on just trash. But as far as those bangers that I know I'm going to listen to like frequently, like some of those J. Cole, Kendrick, so on and so forth, records from more than a decade ago. I don't know about the staying power. Um, but not all music is supposed to be banger. Some is just supposed to be great listening, great when you're riding in your car, great when you're traveling music. And I think that's one thing I have identified. I definitely have identified projects in music that definitely cover a lot of bases. Like I definitely figured out what's good for when you're driving your car, when you're trying to rage, when you're around some PYTs, so on and so forth. Um, so yeah, I definitely have found a lot of music that captures a lot of vibes, if you will. And if y'all look at the screen, that was the little thing I made. I think I would get a nice B plus um, in my digital art class. Thank you very much.
Oh, stream, check it out super quick.
Nice. That is pretty good.
But yeah, obviously, if you are familiar with this, and obviously, you know, that's why nobody does it in one go. This can take a while, so we don't expect anyone to be here for the whole time. But if anyone just pop in, and I might throw some on the screen. What's your like? If anyone just pop in at any given time while we're going over an album, definitely feel free to give your rating as well. Yeah, I might pull that up while we're going through stuff. But in the interim, y'all ready to get into it?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me switch screens. Hopefully this looks all right. Let me actually go to here first. Then go pull up this. And then come back here. Oops, that's not right. All right, quick adjustment. Can you zoom in a bit? And actually, before we do that, we got to give the system. So focus on actually, what is that? QuestL1. So, well, quick laying out some ground rules. Obviously, I think that we have that top column frozen, so at any point in time, you'll be able to identify what we're talking about. But for those who want to get some insight to how we are rating these albums, we have a well, I want to say we have a 0 to 5 score, but there's actually a sneaky extra category. Um, and yeah, like a lot of systems, when it comes to giving ratings, 5 is the best. 5 is that top tier project that really covered a lot of bases. Damn near every track was not just enjoyable, but a banger in your opinion. An album that you believe is truly worth album of the year. There's seldom will probably be a 5 given out, but the albums that do get that illustrious 5, that's the album that you can you can throw on, and pretty much most people, if not everyone, will enjoy. For 4, that's going to be your dope projects, the project that again cover a lot of bases, amazing production, amazing vocals, really just one of your favorites. Will have some standout tracks, maybe a banger or two. Um, yeah, just a nice, solid, dope album that you are going to remember and have some pretty good replay value. 3, we get to the good, and that's when we start to get into the average or a slightly above average, if you will. That album that has several good records. Did have some duds potentially, but all in all, you come away with thinking, okay, this has some fire on it. Then we have 2. This is this is where it gets kind of controversial, because I will always say that mid, by just by definition, relates to it being kind of middle of the road and neither good nor bad. But I do understand in this day and age, in this culture, mid is always going to be seen as no, that's sucked. Like it's mid. Like if you eat something that's mid, you're not going to want to eat it again. So you kind of take away what you will when it comes to the 2 rating, but it's not terrible, and it's just not great either. And then we get to the trash. 1, these are the albums that you really are quite remorsed that you had to listen to it. It has little to no redeeming quality. It just went on, and you want to turn it off after each record. Completely non-recommended. These are those type of albums. So, and also, as you can imagine, with so many albums, nobody realistically has time to listen to all of them unless that's your dedicated job. We all are employed and have lives outside of music and content creation. So we created a system in which we can still, provide some type of insight on projects. Yes, we have the 0 and the 0.5 or just 0.5 scores. 0 relates to a project that we didn't get to listen to but don't want to. While we may not be familiar with the songs that are on that album, we are familiar with most, if not all, these artists, and we can come to a pretty safe conclusion on what we will want to listen to in the future. But there are the 0.5s that we just haven't gotten a chance to listen to for one reason or another, and we actually do plan, or at the very least, would super love to go back and listen to the album when we have an opportunity. And then we have the worst, the -1. Yes, just like we have an album of the year, there has to be a worst album of the year. Similarly to the 5, these should be relatively seldom, but when you do bump across that 1 or 2 albums where it's just like, dog, this I they should have kept this to themselves and not released this. It was absolutely terrible. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I think the artist should retire. That type of project, that gets that infamous -1. So I'm actually looking forward to see, because I think by definition you got to have at least one -1 and one 5. So I'm gonna be interested to see what you guys bumped into that you might might claim the title for you. And yeah, like I mentioned, if you do bump into the stream at any point in time and jump in and want to give a score or a take for an album, definitely we are super interested to know what y'all think as well. And again, I might put a little thing at the bottom. But yeah, am I forgetting anything that y'all want to add before we get into it?
Nope, I think you covered it all.
Okay, if that's the case, then um, I'll do that in a second. Okay. Okay, then. Okay, let's just get right to it then. No more slacking. So these are in relative release order. So we're just kind of going through it as release, but obviously it kind of gets a little out of sorts as we go down. Most of this list is derived from the just if you literally just Google hip hop 2025, it brings to a Wikipedia page that tells you all the or tells you most because I don't know who's running that page, but they're actually not 100% accurate. That's the last time I checked, the Wally album wasn't even on that, so they're not 100%. But we are here to cover some of the misses that they missed. So, starting off, we got Lil Baby Wham. And my apologies, I don't even know how I introduced some of this stuff. It's literally a year since we've done a podcast like this, but I think I just kind of
I don't think there's much of an intro. We
yeah,
just
I don't think there's
kind
much of an intro to this stuff. So yeah, first Lil Baby Lamb, and I will be starting off this year in the reviews. Salute to Ghost behind the wheel, keeping track, not keeping track, but inputting the scores. I didn't even talk about the formula. We'll talk about that at the end. Right, what's my notes a little bit? Cause I take notes. But this doesn't really require much iteration or dissertation. Lil Baby's album or music by himself is really not that great. It's super repetitive. Um, Obviously, maybe it's just as he's gotten more in the game, he's getting kind of lazier and there's not much to really continue to rap about. But yeah, I super appreciate some of the collabs that Lil Baby does. But as far as a solo project, Wham, yeah, I'm not really jacking that. It kind of sucks to start off on a low note, but this is it's not awful, but it's not great. It's not good. I'll give it two. Start off low, but not too low. Ace.
Um, okay, yeah. So for me, I started off listening to these albums of the year, uh, for the most part in order, and this was the first album I went to, and it made me want to not do this the hip hop review as a whole. Like, I almost was like, I can't do it this year. Like, this
of
album pissed me off so much. And I don't think I wasn't familiar enough with Lil Baby's music to know what it was gonna sound like. So I was coming to it with an open mind. But yeah, his I think it's his voice mainly that is just it's grating to me. But the only positive I will say is the second track, um, the future feature. It does go pretty hard. Um, but other than that, like, yeah, this album, this it was really bad. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 1.5 just because of that second redeeming track. It's definitely not mid, but yeah, really bad. So
This is zero for me. I do not like Little Baby. I have no desire to listen to this album, and hearing y'all's reviews doesn't change my opinion on it. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Next, we have Central C with Can't Rush Greatness. Another unfortunate low note. I don't rock with UK rap hip
not
hop
to
at
cut
all.
you off, uh, Quest,
oh
but
yeah,
Ace is
wanted to
actually
change the
up.
order.
Yeah, we're gonna be staggering as we go through. So it'll be
Oh,
Ace, then me, then you for this one, and then it'll
oh
be me to
yeah,
start.
I was getting ready to hate so much I forgot about that. Super, my apologies. Ace, where do you rate the Central C album?
Central C, I'm gonna go two. I wasn't familiar with his stuff. and I didn't realize he was a UK artist, even though I should have by the headband there. But
Did you
but
listen
yeah,
to it?
I listened to it.
You think
I'm saying
you from?
I didn't realize he was a UK artist until I heard him start rapping.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, it was mid. He's like a to me he's like a popular UK rapper akin to like the popular rappers here.
He's the most popular
Um,
UK rapper.
okay, well there you go. Um, but yeah, he's just talking like it's nothing groundbreaking or anything like that in my opinion.
All right. This is another zero for me. I'm aware essentially I don't hate him, but I've kind of been indoctrinated to start hating on UK rappers more, thanks to certain people here. Um, yeah, I from what I've heard from him, it's nothing too special, so I don't think I'm missing much.
Yeah. I really try not to give too many zeros, but when it comes to UK rap, hip hop, I'm not rocking with that at all. You're not. I don't. I like. I'm not gonna listen to it at all. It's zero, easy, quick.
Real quick, he had a bar on one track that was like American girls laugh when I say bottle of water. I was stupid. I don't know why he said that. Just to give you an idea of
I would have given it a one if I had listened to it just for that. It's kind of funny how stupid that is, but all right.
Next, we have Jordan, a brother who I unfortunately cannot pronounce her last name.
Adetunji.
Ghost, what do you rate this project? A Jaguar's Dream.
This is a point 0.5. I didn't get a chance to listen to this one, even though I do want to. His previous stuff, I don't know, it sounded a little samey from the singles, but it wasn't bad. So I'm intrigued to hear what he put together on this one. But again, I didn't get a chance to listen to it, so point 0.5.
Man, this brother has been a random standout for me. And I say random because their most iconic record is that Kalani record that became a smash on TikTok of all places. And while I don't use that app at all, there's no way I could have avoided a TikTok trend that's that viral. And when I actually listen to the song myself, it does have that what is that infectiousness to it. And then what really got me is the fact that he has a song that's exactly like on this project called Options with ironically Lil Baby that has that same exact like drum kit beat like bar for bar. But I really loved it too. And then to top it off, there was another record on there, Dirty Diana, um, that also kind of has a similar vibe, but it's kind of it's a bit more it's different in tonality. But I love that record. It's probably my favorite record off that particular album. And all that to say, um, I think I'm fully ready to come on and say I just generally appreciate this brother's music. Um, you know, I can understand why people say it's a bit too pop, but I just I just find it very enjoyable. Yeah, this album is great. Multiple songs I like on it, so I would give it a 4. My first good score.
Damn.
Ace.
yep. This artist, I did not know. I didn't recall anything about him until I started listening. And I remember Quest brought a track. Maybe it was Kaylani. I can't remember what it was, but he brought a track.
I did not bring
Maybe a
color.
couple months. Okay. Um, but yeah. Either way, like I wasn't too sure if I was gonna like it because you immediately it's like, oh, this guy sounds like The Weeknd. But it didn't take long and the first track is the Kaylani joint, and it didn't take long for me to just settle into the groove, and it keeps that a pretty similar vibe and pace throughout the album, but like Quest said, for some reason it never gets old. He's just like in the perfect pocket across the whole album. Um, and yeah, there's definitely some standout tracks too. For me, my favorite was 305 as a
Oh, Rise of
more of
Time.
a early 2000s vibe. Yeah, or like early 2000 R&B vibe. Um, but yeah, super great track, and yeah, overall great project. So I'm gonna go for as well.
Huh.
Next, we have EST Gee. I ain't feeling you. I think it's me now. Actually, have some notes on this. I listened to this recently. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with this at all. I ain't feeling the album. Is what it really boils down to. It's to give indication for those who may not be familiar. He's a very southern artist. Really down south. Street music. There was a decent little baby verse. Ironically, the trend is like decent baby verses, but when he makes his own project, it really falls short. Um, it's not awful. It's not gonna like push you to sleep, but it's just not very engaging in my opinion. So I'll give it a two.
Um, yeah, I pretty much agree 100%. The same exact opinion. It's not engaging. It doesn't stand out really in any way. He's not doing anything crazy with his lyrics. Just again, he's kind of just talking. So I am going to go two as well.
This is a zero for me. From what I've heard in the past from him, I don't love it, so I have no interest in listening to this album, especially with y'all's lackluster scores for him.
This is interesting, and I know it's gonna quickly change. But if you know anything about these podcasts, uh, Ghost listens to the most music out of all of us typically. So the fact that he's starting with a lot of these zeros, which indicates he has been listening to some of these, is super interesting. But again, I think that'll quickly change. And also, we have some.
Uh,
I didn't get into it, but
Spoiler, it ain't gonna change for a little bit.
I didn't get into it, but we actually keep a tracker of like who listened to the most. So we're at the end of this, we're gonna go over all the data. We love data on this podcast. Next we have the weekend. Hurry up tomorrow. What do you give it, Ace?
Oh, this one I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3.5. I've only listened to it once so far, and I do find that the weekend stuff, I mean, mostly because of his like his voice and um, the way he sings on his songs, it's pretty much the same and consistent throughout all of the tracks on a given album. So that's the part that kind of keeps me from being able to just give it a definitive four. Like, you really have to be in the mood to listen to his lyrics and also the instrumentation and see what he's doing. And there were like some tracks that pulled me in as far as that's concerned, but yeah, overall, still a little bit too Amy for me to be able to give it a four. So I'll go 3.5.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I hate The Weeknd, bro. I don't get why people love him. I've tried it in the past and I don't get it. I listened to a little of this album, not enough to give it an actual score, to be honest. So I'm gonna hit that zero.
And I myself, it kind of sucks because this is what I feel is a bit anticlimactic. But I think I came to the conclusion I'm probably gonna save most of my takes, because spoiler alert. Again, I'm trying to keep it to the context of this podcast, but at the end of the year, we do a complete wrap up. Did I say do? We do a complete wrap up of all the content that we consumed throughout the or that came out this year and our favorites, and that leads me to say this. And I called it since the beginning when it dropped in like early this year. This is like my favorite project of this year. I say anticlimactic because it's kind of crazy that it's coming in this early in the podcast. But yeah, this is a five for me, and I'll just say I'll further expound on it at a later point in time. But this, it hit everything, and I know what's gonna hit everything, and it did. So I'm grateful. So yeah, that's my first five, or maybe my only five, but we'll see.
Nice.
Mm.
Next, we have Larry June, Two Chains, and Alchemist with Life is Beautiful. Who's that? Ghost.
Is it you, Ghost, or is it me?
Oh, yeah,
It's
I
hard
think
to keep.
that's me.
It's hard to keep track of some of this stuff.
Yeah, another zero. I don't hate Larry June, but his stuff has never done it for me. I despise Two Chains and Alchemist. Y'all know how I feel about Alchemists. So no desire to listen to this.
Whew. I don't feel as harshly about any of these artists, but Two Chains definitely is not gonna pull me into a project. And again, this is a project this is actually a project, my first project on this list. I just didn't get a chance to listen to. I would have listened to it if I had an opportunity, but I have not. Um, do I feel strongly compelled? I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of feel interested, but realistically, and all the myths of the things that you really do want to hear, I'm leaning towards zero, unfortunately.
Yep. So I did listen to this one, and um, yeah, basically just to sum it up, like without two chains, it would have probably been a 2.5, maybe if not a two. With two chains, it's a 1.5. Like I do not like two chains at all. And like if you tune into what's being said when he's rapping, it's just like, oh my God, please stop. Like, but yeah,
Chains haters, we out here.
Next, we have Tyga with "Not Safe for Work." You know what's crazy? I was actually thinking about Tiger recently because even though I feel as if most people would probably put him in the same category that y'all put Big Sean in, maybe even a tier below that, it was at a point in time where he was actually dropping bangers. In particular, he has those records. He had, I think, Coconut Life. No, something about Coconut and something about Diamond Life. He had two bangers back in the day. That's but obviously, we're a far cry away from the Young Money era. I don't know what he's doing these days, except the fact I do know he's streaming. Salute to all the rappers that have turned low key streamers. But as far as music, maybe he made this album while he's streaming. Some artists do that, but as far as this, I just have no vested interest. My apologies, Tyga. Um, so that's gonna get a zero for me.
Tyga, somebody whose music I was not as familiar with. I wouldn't have been able to tell you what it sounded like prior to listening to this album. But yeah, I do not really like West Coast rap, and this is the definition of that to me. Um, so yeah, without getting into all the details, just like, what did I give it? Oh yeah, I gave it a one. I didn't like this at all. I did not like this at all. Subject matter terrible. Everything about it just bad.
Damn. I think that's our first one. Um, nice smooth little zero. I'm straight off Tiger, bro. Year 2025, 2026. Nah, I'm good.
Then it's funny that we're starting off with you, Ace. Next we
Mhm.
have Party Next Door and Drake, some sexy song for you. What did you give it?
Yep. I debated, I thought about it. I was like, this is a pretty big album. I should probably listen to it, but decided not to. This is zero. I have no intention of listening to this album.
Um, I'm this is crazy. This is my first album of the year that I listened to. This is a 1.5. I mean, Party Next Door, he's had some good projects, a lot of mediocre projects, and the Drake feature on the whole thing was I'm not a Drake lover, but I'll still give his stuff a shot. However, I wasn't blown away. Plus, fuck Nokia, that song is dog shit. Anyone who likes it is has some wrong
Word
with their
is
brains.
bond.
This is a 1.5, if I didn't mention. But yeah.
Yeah, Ace, you didn't miss much. If I were to sum up this album, it's just super mid. Like the fact that this was one of the biggest artists of the year, obviously just kind of via the names associated with the project, it just makes 2025 look bad. Um, the saving grace of this is I can understand that if you are like riding like late at night with some woman in your car, you might just kind of throw on this. In Toronto, if you're riding around with some Toronto homegirls, this probably goes a little harder, but in general, I wouldn't recommend anybody let's consume this on their own time or own volition. It's it's not awful. Drake, I don't think Drake puts out awful music, but it is super mid. It's two.
I don't
Next,
know about that statement, but I'll just say real quick, the album art is actually pretty cool. I like the album art on this.
I hate the album art.
the towers are cool, but Drake and Party with those big ass coats are stupid. Next we have Friday with two Y's. Some days good, I'm good. Some days I'm not. Ghost, what do you give it?
Yeah, I have a feeling that he was not good on the day he made this album. Zero. I have no desire to listen to this.
Don't it suck when they name albums something that's easily like jokeable? I actually like Friday. I was one of the first people to bring him on this podcast and platform and talk about him. I think he's super unique. Um, but as it pertains to this specific project, I was kind of thrown off a bit. To start it off, it has a Caribbean vibe to it, where it's just like
Really?
it just kind of throws you into that. But there are some more kind of soulful chorus ish songs that he should obviously be leaning into. He should damn near be making hip hop gospel. Um, yeah, he had a record, "Proud of Me." That kind of gets into that vibe. Um, and he also has another more gospel sound song. I believe it's called "Desert." Um, it's it's not great. I because it's the problem is that I have something in my mind of what it should sound like, what he should lean into. But obviously, I'm no artist, so I'm just gonna give it a two and let it rest.
All right. Yeah, I know what Friday sounds like, and
Cause God
um,
did. Sorry.
yeah, there you go. Uh, I don't like I don't like the sound at all. Like just as a whole, the quote unquote genre that he leans into with the like crooning, uh, I guess you call it soulfulness, and like Quest said, bringing in the choruses and stuff. It's not my cup of tea. So I didn't listen to it though, so I'll just give it a zero. I don't suspect I would like it.
Next we have Tory Lane's Peterson. I, I, I actually had notes for this, but I didn't keep track of it in this particular document. But it sucks because this was one of the first projects where it's like maybe we should be a bit more understanding of the circumstance. Like the album art is not it's not art, it's him. He's like literally in prison, and he's made this project from prison. Um, so maybe you should be more maybe give him some grace because it sounds like it, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, the project is obviously mid. It's super jail music, so maybe he specifically made it for people in prison. But yeah, from the production to how he's
I don't
rapping,
get this, man.
That's an insane statement. Can we also I just need to what are the logistics of him like because obviously he's a big rapper, he got connections and all that. I'm sure he got money, but what, how are you making an album in prison? Like where's your
He's got
studio?
prison studios. Like I don't understand how they do it.
I would love I don't like documentaries. I would like to see a documentary or how it's made on how he's making this from the prison studio. Off topic tangent, but
regardless, yeah. So, yeah, again, somebody should give him grace. I'm not going to, and then also it doesn't help that I've never really actually liked Tory Lanez in general. So, it just doesn't help. Yeah, this is. I can understand you still want to make a living while you're doing time, but I would prefer he just not had made this, and I'm gonna give it a one.
Dang, a one. Jeez. Yeah, I didn't listen to it, so I'm gonna go zero. I do think Tory Lanez can rap, but his subject matter in the past, as far as songs I've heard, has just been like, there was no point in me listening to this. Um, I doubt that anything on this album would be any different. And based on Quest One, I'm probably right. But yeah, zero.
Yeah, zero. Yeah, I'm good.
Next we have Clipping Dead Channel Sky. Ironically, I think this is like one of the first projects that we actually listened to together. I don't think I mentioned it
Yeah.
before, but we strive to listen to these a lot of these projects together in like listening sessions. But we're all grown ass folks that don't actually have a limited time. So, Ace, what do you give it?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess if we can consider what we did listening to the album,
True.
I'm gonna go one, to be honest. There's just like this level of cringe that I can't get past to be able to actually rate this in a meaningful way. It's just not good to me. So,
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it. I actually didn't know that the main dude for this guy is also the guy behind a lot of the Hamilton stuff, and I already have a deep dislike of Hamilton, and this did nothing to change my perception going in of what it might sound like. I hated it from what little we did listen to. Smooth one.
For me, yeah, it was definitely a project where you don't necessarily have to listen to all of it to get the understanding of what they're doing there. The best way I would describe it, it's like Childish Gambino type music. Um, but obviously, a clone of that is not necessarily going to entice many people. Um, I don't want to give that full set of ones, but it is pretty. It's mid. It's not trash. It's just super mid. I'll give it two.
Too generous. Um,
Next, we have Playboy Cardi
Cardi.
Music, one of the most anticipated albums of the year. Ghost.
I actually forgot he dropped this, but this is a point 0.5. I don't love Played by Cardi, but he does intrigue me, and he does have a banger here and there. So I'll listen to it just to listen to it, and maybe it'll surprise me. I don't think it will, but I'll give it a shot.
Um, I don't want to sway anyone, but this is an absolute dog bathwater album. Um, I
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi pushes the boundary of like there are some artists where like I don't like them, but I know a lot of people do, so I think I'm just kind of out the loop. But I just don't see any redeeming factor of Playboy Cardi at all. It's and I don't and based on all the interactions that I've seen, like not interviews, but just his presence online, I actually believe that he doesn't put a lot of effort into his music either. I think he just found a lane and he's continuing to lean into the fact that he's mysterious and people kind of like the that vibe. Yeah, Playboy Cardi's music is trash, and this album is trash. It makes sense. Playboy Cardi's music is trash, and the album's called music. This is a one. It's trash, obviously, because obviously it's trash because I don't like it. But just to give you guys, again, I don't want to sway anybody here, but just got to give an idea for anybody that may be considering listening to this project. I'm gonna read you an excerpt that actually came out around the release of this project. It reads, "Following the release of the project, um, Rather Lie and Fine Shit, which are songs on the project, I presume, not I presume, are sorry. Rather Lie and Fine Shit became the subject of online theories claiming the songs were not actually performed by Playboy Cardi himself, but rather used artificial intelligence
Oh
generated audio
my
deepfakes of Cardi's voice. His
nah.
music is so run of the mill, artificially sounding that people were literally theorizing this and continue to theorize it, just to let you know. But that's just to give you an idea of what's going on here.
Bro.
Ace.
Damn. That AI shit kind of makes me not want to listen to it. But I think I still am, just to see how really bad it is. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I went into this album with an open mind because there was another artist on this list that we'll get to that whose whose album swayed me, and they use like a lot of different vocal inflections and things like that. So I was like, oh, you know what? I know Cardi does that, so maybe my mind will change about him this year. And the first song I think it's called Pop Out. It's interesting, like the way he uses his voice on that track. It's not the same as his typical inflection or whatever. That kind of lured me in. But yeah, the rest of the album, not only because of the like the sameness of the beats, but the way he raps, typically is just so weird and off-putting that yeah, it gets old very quickly. Um, his lyrics are obviously nothing to write home about. He has a Kendrick feature on this album, just one of my least favorite things I've ever heard from Kendrick. Just all around terrible. So yeah, I'm gonna go one. Like I was hoping maybe the experimentation, the way he uses his voice again, the beats, maybe it would be good, but yeah, there was nothing redeeming about this.
Next, we have Saba No ID from the private collection of Saba No ID. I believe it's me. Um, yeah, this was so refreshing in the sea of mid music that came out this year. Obviously, Saba's a literal go at this point, but the way they were able to come off the bat and just have like a soulful sound, um, it was just the best way I can put it is just simply great music. Pretty much front to back. It's like I thought the project, and it was definitely after I listened to some other mid shit, and I was like, okay, now we're in dope music territory. And particularly, I think I really enjoyed "How to Impress God." That was one of the records that
That track is
super
crazy.
I super enjoyed. Yeah, this is a top tier album. They really push it to the limit. Um, and I hope this album does get some level of acclaim in the future. It's a four, a very strong high four for me.
Um, yeah, I agree with Quest. Like, to be honest, I've been kind of sleeping on Saba. I don't know if I listened to his previous project or even, I know I've listened to a whole project from him before, um, but yeah, he's never super captivated me. And that's probably more so because of my mindset listening to his albums in the past rather than his actual ability. But yeah, this is the album where it finally clicked for me. This dude is freaking incredible. His lyricism is top tier. No idea on the beats, just went crazy. Yeah, and I do have to admit, like the first, I think literally the first track, I don't love the beat, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna like the album based off of it, but it immediately picks up at the second track, and it just continues to get better in my opinion from there to the point where, like again, Quest mentioned How to Impress God. That song might be my favorite rap song of the year. Like so freaking good. Um, so this is tough because I'm gonna be honest. I just listened to this album yesterday
Hmm.
for the first time, and I only listened to it once. But based on how great a lot of the tracks are and like the deeper meaning behind a lot of them, I'm gonna just go ahead and give this the five. This will be my five.
Nice.
Mm. So I'm a huge Saba fan. Been a huge Saba fan for years. Been looking forward to this album for years when him and No ID first dropped Human Nature as a Lucy single literally 2 years ago. And it's taken him this long to drop the full album. So all that being said, I was very hyped. And going into this, I anticipated something great. And I hate to spoil the party because it seems like y'all really liked it, but it certainly wasn't bad, but it was very kind of almost lackluster for me because for whatever reason, I really, No ID's an amazing producer, but it just, him and Saba to me didn't click on this project. Like there were a couple of real standout tracks, but I don't know why this one just didn't blow me away like I was hoping it would. Maybe my expectations were too high, but I don't know. Like his last album, Few Good Things, that was, I believe, my favorite album of 2023 when it dropped. Like it was, I love that album and I still constantly play it. But this one, I don't see myself coming back to it, unfortunately. I was honestly debating on like a 2.5. I'll give it a 3 because it's the baseline for Saba is like already excellent, so it can never be truly bad, but yeah, just unfortunately for me, I wasn't super impressed.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Next we have Kevin Gates. I'm him too. Ace, I believe.
This is just a straight up zero. I don't even know if I know what this dude sounds like. I mean, I think I know what it sounds
So
like,
roast.
but yeah,
Oh,
that's you put that zero, yeah. But yeah, yeah, that's a zero. I don't want to listen to Kevin Gates.
yeah, I've heard enough snips of Kevin Gates to know what he sounds like, and I've heard some of his more raunchy tracks. And I don't know if that's a vibe that's gonna be on this project, but I'm cool, bro. I got no desire to listen to this. Another zero.
I'm him too. Like what?
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
him.
The two is insane, bro. Like I'm him, I can see as just the album title, but two is just that's sad.
Yeah. No, you're not, Kevin. Yeah. This is it's just this is not it, and I am at the point where nothing's probably convinced me that it is it. Obviously, I understand why they're popular, and I can understand why the folks that really rock with him like it, but it's trash. It's not trash. I'm mindful when I'm rating stuff. It's mid, and that's why it's gonna get like a two, obviously. There's some value with like what he's trying to articulate on his verses, but it's just a largely a miss for me. And also the other thing the other way I came away with was like I don't know if this is like something that was largely known or people largely agree with it, but he's basically just like a slightly mature sounding young boy. Like they're basically the same people and they rap the same, which I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. But that's what I take away from it.
Huh.
Anyway, next we have Dirk with Deep Thoughts. Roast.
Uh I mean, unless one of y'all comes in here with a crazy review, this is a zero. Like I don't hate Dirt stuff. He has a couple tracks here and there that I like features, but I have no real desire to listen to a full album from him unless it truly is a standout.
You know what's crazy? There's so much irony in this. There was a year where Dirk was my favorite artist. Like, not even it wasn't even close. Like, Dirk can create some music that's so dope. You listen to it while you riding. You listen to it while you in the gym. It just goes so hard. Um, but when it comes to these solo projects, it's something's just not connecting. It's like they're saving all the talent for the features and collabs. Yeah, I don't really, and I said the other reason why it's ironic because it's kind of the same impact with like Lil Baby. Like there's so much dope verses of Lil Baby that I actually like, but and they had a collab project that's one of my favorite projects over like the last 7 years or however long it came out. But them on these solo products, it's just really trash to be quite frank. There's one song that I really love, and I brought it as a recommendation, and it may even end up on one of my favorite songs for the year. So for that, I would give it a two. But if it wasn't for that one singular song, it was that monitoring me song. If it wasn't for that song, then this song would be a one. It's not good. I don't know what's up with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go zero and just say Quest. If he ever makes another song like Aha, just let me know.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I'm not putting time into look there.
Next we have Nav on my way to Rexdale. Um, jeez, Nav is one of those artists where like I really tend to stay away from like I don't like the person's voice or stuff like that, but that's a lot of that's what a lot of people say about Nav. Like the voice is just it's not really pleasurable to listen to. This project is it's just mid. It's really not much redeeming quality. I wanted. I'm looking at my notes. I thought I had at least one like positive thing to say about it, but if I don't, then I'm about to give it a one. That's crazy. I listened to this entire project too. Yeah, I don't. I might have to retract something at a later point in time. I'll check some other places, but this is gonna be. Oh, maybe I wrote it down. Oh, I think I did. Yo, Nav, you might be getting away with murder because I actually wrote some of this stuff down physically. Yeah, let's see. Yes, Nav. Um, let's see. What is this? Oh, oops.
I
I
can
wrote.
only imagine what score he's getting after all this deliberation.
Uh, no,
Judgment
I
delivery.
actually did end up rounding it out to a two. But I wrote how like I did some research on some of these. It's so it's like super low, and if you listen to it, you wouldn't be surprised. um, he does have his own sound, but it's just not a sound you really want to hear. The only positive thing to say, which was the reason why I gave it two, is the first record isn't bad, but that's it. Because it has like a little chorus in the back. You know me, I like the chorus.
Um, all right. So Nav, I did not know what he sounded like going into this project. And I don't know, I think I had an open mind with him too. Like I just didn't know what to expect. And actually for me, I don't mind his voice at all. I think he has a just a very solid voice. The he does kind of remind me of like a somebody in Drake's lane. I won't say he remind me of Drake, but like in Drake's lane of like the kind of the smoother quote unquote hip hop. Um but yeah, overall, like I will say the project is a little bit samey across all of the tracks, but I wasn't too mad at it. And I actually think the second track with Don Tolliver was a standout. Like the production on that was very appealing to me. Um yeah, I think in the right setting, this is be a dope. I mean a decent project to just throw on in the background. So I'm gonna go 2.5 with it. I'll go 2.5.
And these discussions almost got me wanting to listen to this, but not quite. I've heard enough Nav to know what I'm getting into, so this is zero.
Next we have. Sorry, I'm writing some additional notes. Oh my lord! Next we have Will Smith with "Based on a True Story." Come on, did y'all actually listen to this?
To be
Hell,
honest, yeah, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I could only imagine the level of cringe. And like coincidentally, think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I stumbled across a YouTube video where somebody was doing like a whole dissertation on Will Smith and his whole life situation. And yeah, it did not make me want to see what he was doing on this album. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go straight zero. I couldn't.
Uh, zero. That's nothing more needs to be said.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe I'm the stupid one, but I was super interested to know what Will Smith sounds like in 2025. Obviously, it's kind of been a weird like past 2 years for them, but they've always still maintained a lot of some that level of coolness. IMO. Um, yeah, I was super interested to know what's going on, but I consumed it, and while I'm listening to the record, I just keep thinking like he's definitely serious. He put out music videos and there's production behind it, but it just all sounds like satirical. It's like it sounds like what SNL would make if they were making a hip hop album. It's just it. I don't really understand who it's for. Because if you're Will Smith's age, you probably like a bit more like Rakim type music, or maybe Jay Z or Big L. But and if you're young, you definitely won't rock with what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't. It feels weird to be looking at Will Smith like a rapper, but he put on an absolutely awful tape when you just look at it. It's a one. It's awful. I don't get what it's for.
What is he? He must be like in his 50s. Maybe it's a midlife crisis type thing.
I'm a guess like 55, but let's
I don't.
see.
I don't know.
57. Holy shit.
Damn.
I don't know if that's the case because he is like sounding like very positive and confident on the records. Like I'm still the man, still fresh guy from Philly type stuff. But
You can't say that at 57. I think that's the problem. You're too old to be saying stuff
no,
like
I'm
that.
never gonna. I don't subscribe to you're too old to make a certain type of music. It's just like
Nah.
the way he's rapping, it just doesn't connect at all.
Mm.
Anyway, next we have Ken Carson, More Chaos. Who's up? Is it you, Ghost?
It's me.
Post, yeah.
This is most certainly a zero, and I can't wait to hear some of these reviews that y'all have, because I know one of y'all at least listen to this.
Um. Oh yeah. Again, I feel it'd be cooler if it was like further down the line. It kind of makes it a bit anticlimactic, but this was awful. Like super unlistenable. For those who may not be familiar, it's Playboy Cardi type music, but worse if you can imagine.
Yes,
And
that's
it's crazy because the first time I Kirk and Carson was on a 070 Shake record, and they weren't awful. They actually added to that record. It was on that Natural Habitat record, and that was kind of like a rage record. So I can probably have guessed what it was, and not. I haven't listened to it, but I haven't kind of followed the career. Like a lot of people do rock with Ken Carson. They rock with Destroy Lonely, and I guess again that's more people that enjoy that play Ricardi type music. But yeah, this was super awful, and I just when I'm listening to it, it just sounds like they're making joke music. Like they're making music for just like, oh, let me put this out and see if people will actually be dumb enough to consume this. Um, yeah, it's unlistenable in my opinion, and so much so that I'm going to give this the negative one. It's the
nice.
worst album I've heard out of all these albums that I consumed. It's look at
Wow.
exactly. I'm glad we did that. I don't know if it's intentional, intentional. That disgusting shade of weird
Yeah, that
magenta.
was intentional. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what you. That is a visual indication of what you hear. Nasty.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go zero. I do not intend to listen to this.
Low key, I kind of want to bump this up to one because I have uh the masochistic urge to hear just how bad it truly is, but it's not worth it. Good lord.
Next, we have Wu Tang Clan in mathematics. Black Simpson, the Bastard Swordsman. You know what's crazy? I think this was like one of the first albums I listened to when I was doing like the listening sessions. So it's a Wu Tang Clan. They still got it. They can still pump out dope music that definitely kind of has theme that fits what the Wu Tang sound. And I'm surprised, like we talk. I was talking about Good Fallout. I think all of them are pretty much involved with it, which is super dope to see. So maybe they actually kind of subscribe to that. Like even if I fall out, I'll return if I need to work on a project type of thing. Yeah, this was good. They definitely sounded like in chart form. Especially Method Man. Method Man sounds like he just can really go when he needs to, which is weird because he's also in like the acting slash daytime television arena now. So it's kind of interesting. They can still be incredibly hard as a rapper. Um, the only kind of slight thing I would kind of say is there's one too many skits for my liking, but that's kind of Wu Tang fashion, and it kind of sounds a bit like a album that's made for a specific like movie. Like it kind of sounds like an OTS, but it's not in any way a bad thing. It's just kind of it has this kind of specific theme that it's following. It's by and large a four. It's a dope project, and I definitely recommend everybody listen to it if you haven't.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go point five. I just didn't get to it.
Yeah, point 0.5 for me as well. Very disappointed that I couldn't listen to it, but I will certainly be giving it a listen at some point.
Next, we have Lupe Fiasco, goading MIT with two eyes.
Ace, is
Uh,
that you?
you can go real quick, Ghost.
Oh, um, another one. I'm disappointed that I was not able to get to. I honestly didn't even realize that he dropped until looking
It's
at the
it's
list. I
low
don't
key
know how I
hard.
missed it.
It's low key hard to find.
But yeah, I'll be checking it out at some point.
Yeah, for myself, as you may or may not know, Lupe is my favorite artist of all time, so I had to give it a listen. And again, I mean, obviously hard to find. You can obviously find it on YouTube, but it just wasn't necessarily. It didn't seem like it was put out in a traditional sense. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not a full project. It's kind of more so like I don't know how to describe it. It's like an art piece. It's like it was basically a project that was made to be put in a museum. um, it's super jazzy. Like almost every record has like a jazz vibe to it, and yeah, it's just like a super artistic thing. Like I think all the songs each have their own album art, and they all look like this. It looks like a sculpture. Again, that's in a museum. My one of my favorite tracks on it was three piece flavor. Yeah, Lupe is always just gonna get a high score for me, for better for worse. So by that metric, it deserves a four.
All right, for me, I think I'm just too lazy to actually dig into Lupe's projects, and on the surface level, they don't captivate me. But I didn't listen to this, so I'm gonna go point five and see if I can actually get into the right mindset to listen to it.
Next, we have Mike Dean, 425. Um,
You
again,
really put Mike Dean on here. uh,
everybody gets
and
one. Everybody gets like one like project that probably shouldn't be on here.
I know you a Mike Dean stan. Uh, I want to hear your because I know you listen to this. I want to hear your take on this. It's probably a point 0.5. Mike Dean is very hit or miss with his solo stuff for me. I want to hear if you like this or thought it is worth checking out.
I don't. I guess I can understand the logic, but I don't really understand the logic of leaning on others. I did listen to it. I'm always gonna listen to Mike Dean. Um, in general, I've came to the conclusion. For those who don't know, this is straight just a producer. I've typically been able to enjoy just the Mike Dean production alone, but this project definitely, while it does give that Mike Dean feeling, it really feels lackluster in the sense where like it at some point I gotta put artists on it. Like he needs like we the weekend or Kanye, funny enough, should have been on all these songs. Um, if it helps, you know, is the best way to put Mike Dean's music, and this product is no exception. That's the right phrase. Um, it's you feel like you're in another dimension music, which is cool, but it can only go so far, especially on this outing. I actually thought it was like a two.
Mm, damn. Okay. Mike,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, right?
Sorry, Mike D.
Uh, I'll go point 0.5 just to see what it sounds like. I don't think I'm familiar, but it sounds like it's another dimension. I gotta at least see what that sounds like.
Next, we have Lloyd Banks. What does that stand for again? Oh yeah, All or Nothing three. Despite my mistakes. Oh, is
Oh,
this
is it
me?
me?
No, I
That
think
was
it's
Quest.
I think it's me. You know what sucks? This is my first one. I think there's another one. This is one of the first projects that I'm pissed I didn't have. And it's always sucks when you do this because I instantly think of like, well, there was other projects that I specifically put ahead of this. This is a play five. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but obviously, historically, Lloyd Banks has put out banger after banger of late. One of the best rappers, um, especially of this time. So yeah, that's just a full my apologies.
Well, I did listen to this one, and I'm becoming convinced that he cannot release anything that's less than a four. Um, it's just ridiculous. Like he's so consistently great that I gotta give it a four. I gotta give it a four. It's ridiculous. I've only listened to it once, but I will be returning to listen to it.
Uh, I don't know. This one is I'll give it a three. Lloyd Banks will never make bad music, but I just wasn't particularly impressed or blown away by like the production. And with him, I think the production matters a lot because he kind of has a standard baseline of flows and bars that he's going to drop regardless. But how it ties into the overall album concept and the um the production means a lot, at least for my listening pleasure. So yeah. eh, it's a three. I was low key debating like a 2.5, but it's still Lloyd Banks.
Next, we had Benny the Butcher, Excalibur. Oops, I butchered that. Excelsior.
Ex- Excelsior.
Excelsior. Thank you. Um, yeah, this is like the part of the spreadsheet where I, because I usually like go in order, but I do like bottom up. I just haven't had a chance to get to these, so it might be a little streak of point fives for me or zeros depending on. Yeah, this is gonna be a point five. Also, I don't know if it's me, but I feel like you've been a bit more critical. What's the highest? I know we wanted to go straight through, but what album are you giving the highest score yet? Can we scroll up real quick? Go.
I think it's the Lloyd Banks because
Probably.
I really gave this a three.
Yeah,
Dang, I kind of want to retroactively give both of these 2.5 because
Ghost's being extra critical this year with the albums that he's actually heard. That's
yeah,
crazy.
uh, I think y'all's reviews kind of swayed me. What's our policy on changing scores again?
Maybe we'll do a once. We'll go back around one time.
Yeah,
But
I'm sorry,
let's
Sam.
let's keep it pushing.
That's
All right. Y'all hypnotized me to giving that higher than it deserves.
that's so crazy. All right, so yeah, Benny the Butcher. Um, I don't know why, but for some reason, like he can be not I won't say hit or miss, but some projects captivate me and some projects don't. His rapping is still generally top tier. So I think maybe this year because I started out with the little baby and
Hmm.
such a tasteful um idea or whatever you want to call it of hip hop as a whole that this sounded so great in comparison. But yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5 with it. I could almost go four, but I'll go 3.5 since I haven't returned to it.
Hmm. I haven't gotten to this one. I feel like for whatever reason, like Benny's had a ton of products that I really love, but recently it's just not been hitting the same at all. So this is a point 0.5. I'll still give him a shot, give him a listen, but hopefully he has kind of returned to form.
Next, we have Flume and JPEG Mafia with "We Live in a Society."
It's me. This was barely a project. Like the production on here was super interesting, but I don't even recall there being many JPEG Mafia verses. Maybe I'm just bugging. I only remember him like rapping on two tracks, maybe. And this is a short project anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go like I'll go two because it was something. It was barely a project. If it was
Yeah,
longer, I could have went higher.
this is a zero. Like, I mean, I liked some Flume tracks back in 2010 when he was popping, but I can only imagine what a collab of this ilk would sound like.
I w-
Especially JPEG Mafia is very hit or miss for me, so I don't have any real desire to listen to this.
I will actually recommend you listen to the first track just because, and you're gonna be
Yeah.
mad at it because, but the ending of the track is very great. But like overall, it's kind of a skit. But I do wonder what you'll think about how it ends.
All right, well, in that case, point 0.5. I will definitely check it out.
Yeah, I also get point 0.5. I haven't got a chance to listen to it, but between the album art, the title, I believe I hope it's a reference to George Costanza. We live in a society. Yeah, I'm compelled to check it out.
Raven Lene is on this. This is also 4 tracks, which holy shit.
Right? Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
that
It's
short.
super short.
Next, we have Key Glock, Glockavelli. Is it like
I
the?
can't front. I love that album title, bro. I love it.
Is it like? Is it like?
Can't
I
lie.
feel like it's like an artist contract where you have to name one of your projects like your name in Avelli. Like you just have to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
It's the standard rapper contract.
It should be played out, but for some reason, I know it was really like Tupac that really kind of started that whole trend, but it's not old to me yet. Just be exclusively because of the album title. And Key Glock has had like 1 or 2 tracks that I've kind of liked in the past. I'll give it a shot.
You're better than me. There's too much to get to. I'm sausage zero.
I go point 0.5 as well. I don't really know what he sounds like. Uh,
Next, we have Young Lean with Jonathan. Um,
Is it
That's
me?
Young
you.
Young
Cool.
Lean Young Lean is the guy, right? Did I actually listen to this year? No, that was Yeet. This guy's Swedish.
He's
Um,
Swedish? I didn't know
uh,
that.
no, obviously not. I don't have no interest in this. Um, no,
Um,
zero.
Is he
Young
even
Lee.
rap? I I've heard some of his stuff in the past, but actually I don't know if I'm getting mixed with another artist.
Yeah, I think I know who he is. I'm gonna go 0.5 because I think he can be all over the place in terms of his sound. So this could be good. I'll go point.
Yeah, point 0.5. I thought I knew who this was, but I don't think I do.
I feel as this happens every year. Maybe I'm just
Oh,
making up
he
my own bias, but I feel as if Ace is gracious with I haven't listened to it, but I want to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
you'll just give ours a chance because in your mind because you can't distinctly remember what they sound like or you don't know what they sound like. Oh well, I gotta give it a chance. Uh, Next we have Billy Woods, Gollywog, bass.
Yeah, I'm obviously the Billy Woods fan here. Um, I listened to this when it dropped and I spun it quite a bit when it dropped. I think it's a very solid project overall. It didn't top his previous project in my opinion, but still the fact that he's able to um just consistently drop high quality projects is dope. I will go I'm gonna go I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for standout track three. There's a very clear Doom reference there. But yeah, overall, great project.
Well, I'm the Billy Woods hater, and I think I actually did listen to a few tracks when it dropped. I was not impressed. I listened to it again. Uh, I definitely still think Billy Woods is wildly and incredibly overrated. He has his like he's obviously a I don't he's a great lyricist, but how he applies it to his tracks annoys me because a lot of times his music doesn't even feel like music or rapping, it just feels like fucking spoken word, and I'm not trying to listen to spoken word. But hate aside, again, very interesting project. I really like the concept behind it, and the album art is pretty cool. Um, I will give this a 2.5, and the reason why it's not lower is because the standout track, A Doll Full of Pins, is legitimately one of my favorite tracks of the year. Like, and I think it's because it's a departure from the other songs of this album. The vocal feature is top tier. The references in the track, the sax and the production, it was extremely well done. Super amazing track that kind of bumped up the rest of the project in my estimation, but I'm still Billy Woods is still overrated. And get Elucid the fuck off these projects, bro. He's trash. He's worse than Billy Woods.
Fair enough. I guess I'm somewhere in the middle between y'all. I don't think the music is bad, and I I'm always gonna tune in obviously because for this project, but always interested to know what Billy Woods puts out. I mean, it's definitely that consistently that like creepy rap, that creepy noir ish type rap.
Hmm.
But I have no problem with that. Um, One of the tracks I thoroughly enjoyed was that Corinthians record, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so yeah, I'll give it a three. Next, and just for reference, we're at like row 30. It's been an hour and
Yeah,
a
we got to
half.
start speeding it up a little.
Right.
Zero. I have no fucking interest in listening to Snoop Dogg 2026. I'm good.
I'm the exact opposite. I definitely want to hear what Snoop Dogg is putting out. I'm gonna give it 0.5.
Poco Zero.
Next we have Amine, 13 Months of Sunshine. What did I think about this? I think I had positive takeaways. It was just super somber, as I remember, which kind of was like a theme with some of the products that came out this year. It's somber, is definitely some introspection, but there was some like subtle upbeatness throughout the project. Came away thinking it's three.
Exact same. And I really like the way this dude raps, but I don't necessarily like the production he or when he
Yeah, yeah, a little closer to the mic, Ace.
oh sorry. Yeah, I really like the way he raps, but I don't like necessarily like all of his beat selection or when he goes into more sing songy type stuff. So we-
Uh, I'm actually the opposite. I really love the production on this, but his rap style can be a little samey sometimes. I like when he gets into more singer mode. I give this a 3.5. It was a good project, but there were a few tracks that really stood out, production in particular, that was like the production on some of these tracks was extremely well done. And shout out to Lido because I didn't realize they had produced a few tracks on this. I'm actually going to listen to the new Lido album based solely off of this album. But yeah, good project. think this is actually my highest rate of the year so far.
Next, we have Rico Nasty with Lethal Ace.
Yep. So this is the one I was talking about when I said it was an artist that got me to rethink my opinion of Playboy Cardi and or actually want to give him a shot. This project was so good to me. I don't think there's any skips in my opinion. Um, there's so much variety in terms of the sound and even genre. Like she's breaking out into indie pop type stuff, straight up rock, and just all type of sounds on here. But yeah, she does everything justice, and also the she doesn't like have the same voice when she raps or makes these different tracks. Like she leans into what's required for each for the sound on each of the different genres she dips into. So yeah, I thought this was a super great project. I'm going to go I'll go 4.5 just because I don't want to give up multiple fives, but this was great. And standout tracks, uh there's like a 3 track run where she's just going nuts with the rapping. It starts on the second half of the track Eat Me, and then Soul Snatcher, and I think Grave is the third one. It's just insane, insane.
Yeah, I really appreciated the ambition on this project and the amount of genres she hot was crazy. Like it's like indie pop, rap, cloud rap. There was fucking some pop punk on here. I really appreciated the ambition and the variety. I wasn't expecting that, but nothing really resonated with me that I'll like revisit a whole lot. So it's a 2.5 for me, but again, I really appreciate the ambition.
I tend to agree and like the way you articulated it, Ace. There was definitely a lot of bang on this particular project, and it kind of caught me off guard because I didn't fully know what to expect going to the project. But yeah, it's interesting. This is one of the projects where I'm probably most interested in to know how they came up with the or like what was their like creation process because it really covered like a little decent bit of variety, but it's still in, like bar for bar like encapsulate like what I would say is like great rage music. Like this is a good iteration of that. I really rated it. I really think highly of this project as well, and I probably will go back to it quite a few times. I give it a 4. It's definitely super dope. Next we have Exhibit Kingmaker. Gross.
Uh, Zero. I'm not a huge fan or disliker of Exhibit, but I just don't have much interest in listening to this.
I'm always interested to know what the OG sound like, even though I probably won't be blown away by this particular project. I'll give it the point 0.5. I think that's my like MO. Like if OG puts out a project, I have to know what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm gonna go point 0.5. I don't even know if I'm super familiar with any of Exhibit's old tracks, but um, he's somebody in the industry or adjacent to the industry that I would be curious to hear what he's doing these days. Yeah, point 0.5.
Next we have ASAP Rock Super Black Hole Super. Oh yeah, that's 0.5.
Me?
It's a 0.5 for me. I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet. My apologies.
Okay, yeah, yeah, same point 0.5.
You listen to ASAP Rock project? Dang.
Honestly, zero. I'm cool off ASAP Rock for the moment, unless one of y'all comes out and says this is an absolute banger project.
Next we have Master Killer Balance.
I don't. Master Killer. I feel like I was never a super fan of this rapper, but I can't really remember what he sounded like. I'll go zero because I'm probably not even gonna try.
Yeah, Zero. I mean, he was always one of the weaker members of the Wu for me, so not too much interest right now.
There are no weak members of Wu Tang, but
By
uh,
definition, one person has to be the weakest. So,
but I'm not gonna get into that back and forth about that. But yeah, unfortunately, due to the fact that they are what the seventh or ninth best member, I haven't got a chance to listen to it. No, point 0.5, knock it off.
oh, I heard that unfortunately, and I assumed.
Next, we have Molly Santana. Molly in her week of wonders.
Didn't we started to listen to
Yeah,
this?
we start. Yeah,
What? I can't even. I remember this was trash, but
she
I
had like a
can't.
super deep voice. Right?
Oh, um, yo, I think even besides the voice being off-putting, like the actual music was pretty trash.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think this was. I feel bad giving it a one that I fully haven't listened to it. Uh, is it worth the 1.5? I guess we'll just give it a one.
I don't feel bad when I hear trash. I'm gonna call it like I hear it. It's a one.
Yeah, I'll go one. Like they tried to say she's innovating or breaking ground. She just sounded like Lil Uzi Vert,
Hmm.
um, a deep voice Uzi. So
That's absolutely hilarious statement.
Next, we have Wayne with the Carter 6. Um, man, it sucks when you have to give legends low scores. But I don't necessarily feel bad because I don't necessarily understand, and this has always been a problem. But you would think as you get older, it you would probably adjust. Little Wayne puts out has these bars that are sound so sus, and they're so sus. It's like as a grown ass man, I don't want to hear them, but I don't know if a woman would want to hear them. Like I make a bee swallow my, and then I send her back home. Like I don't really want to hear that like on multiple records. Like okay, like I just not it's not hitting for me. Um, and there are some interesting covers samples that he had on the album that makes me at least give the takeaway that he appreciates samples. But yeah, I'm by and large not gonna come back to this project. It's not the worst project ever, but it's a little bit it's, it's not good. So I'm gonna call it mid.
yeah, yeah. Just I'm not the biggest. I'm not really a Wayne fan at all, to be honest. Um, and yeah, this album was just like, what is going on? This isn't this isn't really good at all. I mean, I guess his rapping is okay, but again, like Quest said, his subject matter that he chooses to rap about is off-putting. So I will go 1.5.
Uh, this shit is a one. It was bad, and the production was bad. The bars were bad. The I still cannot believe that holiday cover. And when he said
Oh
that,
my gosh,
said,
I forgot
yo,
about
that was actually one of the funniest things I ever heard because I was not expecting that.
yeah. I
But
forgot
yeah,
about that.
a
That
one
shit
point.
was so stupid.
Next we have Lil Sims with Lotus. Um,
Oh dang. Um, I gotta go point 0.5. I did not listen to this.
Same for me.
if I recall correctly, UK 0.
Oh shoot. That might actually be zero for me, but whatever.
Next we have McKinley Dixon Magic Alive.
This is one I listened to part of it. I didn't fully get to finish it. This is a point 0.5. I his last product got a ton of like great reviews, and I did not like it. This one, from what I listened to, seemed a lot better. But Again, I'll have to give it a full listen to get my actual breakdown.
Similar. I have some level of vested interest. I do remember some good outings from them, so I'll give them the point five. Keep pushing.
Yeah, point 0.5. No idea what he sounds like.
Next we have Lil Tecca, Dopamine.
Me?
Um, is it me? I think it is. That's zero.
Uh,
Why would I be checking for Lil Tecca?
Yeah, I go 0.
0, no interest.
Next we have 1-4. Look at me
Uh,
now.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you had said, Quest.
Zero.
All right.
Ace.
Point 0.5. Don't know what this is at all.
Man, looking at this album art, which I can't see too clearly, it looks kind of like a boy band type scenario. Plus the artist name and the album name. Uh,
They probably are just a straight up boy band
if
pop,
we got a boy band on
hip
this
hop
list,
pop.
nah, there's no way.
Zero. Yeah, they are like international. I don't want to say Korean without confirming that, but yeah,
Okay, they're a controversial Australian rap
yeah,
group,
Australian.
apparently.
That's what I
All
said.
right, you know what? I'll give this a shot. Point 0.5.
Yeah, they make drill and stuff.
Oh,
Next we have Slick Rick with Victory.
I think it's you, Ghost.
um, dang, I wanted to listen to this. I forgot about this one. 0.5.
Yep, a legend. We'll listen to it. Point five.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably not gonna listen to it. I'll go 0.
Come on, you didn't like Children's Story?
It's the only song and that's not
Yeah,
enough.
Next we have
disrespect.
King Combs and Kanye West. I don't even know if anyone knew about this. I heard one record off of it. It was trash. I'm giving it zero.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 0.
Yeah, I didn't know this dropped. I got no desire. Listen to that.
Next we have Kevin Abstract with Blush.
This is a
Mm,
definite point 0.5. I don't think I've listened to anything by this dude or the group he was with.
Was he with uh was he with Brockhampton or Injury Reserve?
He-
I always get them mixed up.
Brockhampton, right? He's
Oh,
Brock.
okay. Eh, this is a 0 unless you tell me that this is actually an amazing project. I have no desire.
zero, obviously. Next we have Lizzo. My face hurts from smiling. Never been. Oh, sorry. I guess you goes.
It's me?
Oh, that's me? My bad. 0. You think about it?
Yeah, I've never been really hip to Lizzo's music. It's just not hitting. But I super salute to the moves outside of music. Um, but no, I'm not checking. No, no, obviously not. Unless they do some super collab one day. There's zero.
Point 0.5. I'm an OG fan of Lizzo, but I do not
Crazy
know.
statement, by the way.
Yeah,
If you knew her old
yeah.
stuff, you would be like
A fan
you
from
would
3 years ago.
understand. No, not 3 years. I'm talking like 2015. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to hear what she's doing. So
Next we have Public Enemy, Black Sky Over the Apartments, Apartment 2025. Did I say over the apartments or over the projects? Apartment 2025. Yeah, point five.
same point 0.5.
Yeah. 0.5. I'll check out with these OGs.
Next we have JID or Jid, depending on what you like. God does like ugly. Um, Salute to
I'm gonna
JID. Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
no, you good. Um, ooh, I listened to this when it came out. I did not return to it too much. I know there were some standout tracks, but overall, um, overall it didn't captivate me like I would have liked. I'm gonna go 3.5.
Um, I listened to this as when it came out as well, and I did return to it a few times. Uh, there were a lot of like mid features on this one that I don't think really uh went well with the album's tone, but there were some clear standouts. I'm gonna give this a four. Uh, again, there were some really good tracks, but Karma in particular might be, or sorry, the K word might be my favorite hip hop track of the year. It's unbelievably good. And I almost gave this a 4.5 just because of that song. But again, there was a lot of highs, but there were some low points as well.
Um, yeah, I would say it's a three. Um, it's in that echelon of like one of the better projects that came out this year. I don't know. It's kind of just a scaling thing. Like I don't perceive it to be as good or better than the Salva project, IMO. But it's still in that stratosphere. Next we have Burna Boy. No signs of weakness. Ghost.
Uh, uh, I've never been a huge Burna Boy fan, to be honest. I guess I'll check him out. I have no idea what this album is going to sound like, or if it's going to be good or not. Give it a shot.
You know what's crazy? I feel as if, well, one, we have some topics about Burna Boy in the future coming up, but I haven't listened to this, and I'm just thinking, nah, probably not. I don't know what I want, if anything, to experience from a Burna Boy, uh, from artist wise. Maybe I'd be interested to go to their show one day, but if you've seen some recent content, maybe you want it. I don't know. I'll give it a zero for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go zero. Not my cup of tea.
Next, we have Calypse, which, if you don't know, Pusha T and Malice's duo group. With Let God Sort Him Out. Yeah, this is a project that probably will, if not should, deserve to be the project of the year. It it covers all bases of what hip hop is about. It sounds well crafted. It's well produced. So it's a Pharrell, and yeah, it's refreshing to hear Malice rapping. And you know what's crazy? The craziest takeaway for me from this project is like we owe Kanye still a lot of credit because I feel this only came about because of the whatchamacallit record uses gospel, and I have no way to confirm that, but that that record sounds like a record that would have been like the freestyle, not the freestyle, but the single that they put out before they put out this project. Yeah, this project is goaded, and it sounds basic, but I don't know. I feel as if the Chains and Whips record is just like one of the best records of the year, and that beat, while it's nothing all uber spectacular, is like one of the best freestyle beats that people have came to radio stations rapped over this year. Yeah, it's not it. You know, we got to be a bit conservative with the fives and the negative ones. So I'll give it a four, but if my one of my personal favorite artists didn't drop this year, it would probably be a five because it's really just the best project that came out this year in hip hop as a by and large.
Yep. So yeah, this project was extremely hyped, and the hype was well deserved. It is overall just great. Um, Unfortunately, I did not return to it that much, and that's just a me thing. I don't think I was in the right mindset to return to it, but yeah, it's still super great. Like you listen to it front and back. There's really no misses. The rapping is top tier. The beats are perfect for it. So yeah, I'm gonna go four as well.
My thoughts on this are almost exactly the same as yours, Ace. For whatever reason, I did not find myself returning to this one, but I definitely will be giving it another full listen in the future. Very excellent, solid project, but I wasn't fully blown away to give it a five, but this is a four.
Next, we have Justin Bieber, Swag.
This is
Um,
crazy.
God, oh God, I know what's
Go
coming.
ahead.
Yeah, so I actually didn't realize this was on the list. This changes things.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously everybody knows what Justin Bieber has sounded like in the past. Um, but I don't know who put me onto it. Maybe it was my sisters. They said I should listen to
Getting
it.
put on to Justin Bieber is crazy.
Well, this album in particular. But but yeah, I gave it a shot and like instantly from the first track pulled me in and yeah, there were no misses. Like the whole thing is great. There's a lot of variety in terms of the sound. Justin Bieber is doing this thing on the vocals. Just the whole project, like it's it's incredible to me. The versatility that he has, and also the features, except the one sexy red feature. Um, also were great. Like Cash Cobain, I didn't think I would like a Cash Cobain verse, but he killed it. I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head, but yeah, just all great features. They knew what they were doing. There's Drewski skits and like interludes. It's hilarious. So yeah, even though there's that one sexy red track that completely ruins what maybe would have been the greatest song on the project, I'm going to go five. This is
Yeah,
a
I,
great
I already
project.
I knew it was coming. Justin Bieber glaze in 2025 is absolutely insane. Uh, the level of glaze that we just experienced, I have to give it a shot at least. This is a point 0.5, I
Oh
guess.
my God.
I'm surprised you didn't already. This guy's been yapping about this project since it dropped. In so much that I had to listen to it. You know, it's crazy, and I don't want to. I don't want to, and I would never really engage in like a back and forth about what somebody enjoys. But you know, it's crazy. And well, actually, the crazy thing is, it makes it seem like a reflective of Canada. I almost at this stage of the game compare Justin Bieber to Drake in the sense that like it's no they're definitely talented and they definitely can make music that's obviously gonna get a large number of people to tune in and vibe with it. But it's just nothing special to me. Like I'm listening to this and it's just like a semi modern like it can appeal to people that are gonna listen to a radio, but you can kind of throw it on in the background in some occasions, like in a mall. It's just it does I don't know. I guess it's just not for me. I guess is what you how you conclude it. But yeah, it's not trash, but it's mid. It's two.
I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised. He sounds like he would be up your alley, but
All right, I think you've
Next
heard
we
enough
have
Justin Bieber glaze.
Open Mike Eagle Neighborhood Gods Unlimited.
This is I'm really stuck between a 3 and a 3.5. I'll give it a 3.5. I really like this project. I'm gonna listen to it the first time with y'all. There were a couple like the intro track was outstandingly good. And then that track he had with Aquil, who I could have sworn I've heard him before, but I cannot remember where. That track was also crazy. Like there was a bar on there with Mephisto and Mephisto. It was one of
oh
the most
yeah,
absurd
yeah.
bars I've ever
Uh,
heard. I was like, who even
yeah.
thinks to rhyme that? But yeah, it was a very good project. I always pretty much will enjoy my open mic eagle stuff, even though it can get a little out there. It's a cool concept for the album. 3.5 is fair, I think.
Yeah, I definitely found this project to be like really smooth IMO. Like you said, bars are on point. Just music that's I don't think you can really find too much slice with. The only honestly the biggest slight I found is in my opinion something like the project kind of gets a bit repetitive at some points, but by and large, this is a good project. So
Sorry.
I give it a 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go three as well. Open Mike Eagle has never really stood out to me in terms of his projects, but he's still a solid rapper. So
Next, we have, interestingly enough, Jack Boys and Travis Scott. So I guess maybe it's more Jack Boys and Travis Scott. And I say that to say I am on record. I'm not really tuned in or interested in Travis Scott. There's always gonna be that one song that he's killing it, but in general, nah, I'm cool. A 0.
do we know what Jack Boys sound like? Jack Boys?
Jack
We out
Boys.
here jacking boys.
Jack Boys
Jesus
Jack Boys
Christ.
is like his Jack Boys
It's the first
is
thing
like
that goes.
more so like the group. It's like he has a group.
Oh, he has a group. Okay, no, it's a 0.
Yeah, it's him and another bunch of boy jackers.
What is wrong with you? How old are we?
It's their fault for having this insane name, dog. Like that's the I cannot think of. No, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. 0.
Next we have Chin,
Hey,
Rest in Bass. I don't think.
damn.
Oh, go ahead.
Is it my turn? Yeah, I mean, based on the album art, I'm gonna give it a 0.
I did atrociously bad album art is this, bro? I'm right there with you, 0. This is awful.
I honestly the album art is kind of wonky, but the album title makes me think it's interesting with the bass. I like a good bass, but I'll go 0.
I fucking love drugs.
Oh. Next we have Jordan Lucas, Massachusetts' own, ADHD 2.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to this.
I am. I'm giving 0.5.
Yeah, I'll give Jordan Lucas a 0.5. This, but
Next we have Raekwon, The Emperor's New Clothes. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. You're good. You're good. I was thinking to myself. Is it my turn?
I think it's Ghost. Oh no, you do. Sorry.
No, it's you, Quest.
I mean, I had to go and listen to it after, especially when he said that stuff on Shannon Sharp's joint. Usually enough. It, obviously, the most authentic hip hop you could put out on Raekwon's a whole legend. It's 3, but OG's got to slow down talking about new stuff when like the stuff they're putting out is just good. It's not anything. Obviously, the newer a lot of the newer stuff is trash, but like nobody's putting out like top tier stuff unless you like really have a lot of passion behind it.
Yeah, if you gave it a 3, I didn't listen to it. I don't know. I'll listen to the Wu-Tang album, but I'm just gonna have to give it a 0.
Suppose I'll check out what Raekwon got cooking, but I don't have that high hopes.
Next, we have Silk Money with what may be the longest title of the year. Who waters the wilting giving tree once the leaves dry up and fruits no longer bear?
I can't lie, that title's hard, bro. I like that. I like that.
I mean, yeah, I gotta give it a 0.5 just based on the title and the album art.
Yeah, say it for me.
Yeah, I think if we were all to listen to it, I think if we all listen to another project, I think this would probably be the 1.5.
Yeah.
Just out of pure interest. Next, we have Tyler the Creator. Don't tap the glass.
uh, this one I gave it a cursory listen when it dropped and listened to it again. I don't like it, man. I don't. It's not bad. It's just new Tyler stuff is really not for me at all. 1.5.
I don't know if it's a.
I guess I'll give it a 2. It's fuck that. Fine.
I don't know if it's a wholly positive thing, but I came away thinking it was what I would call a neat and kind of fun. It's not bad. I actually like some of the sonics, some like the samples on it. Spoiler, I don't know why, and it's obviously because we're both our future. But while listening to it, I kept comparing it to the Earl project. Um, this is actually a three. I actually think it's actually really good, to be honest. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I will go to it just didn't really captivate me at all.
Next we have Freddie Gibbs, and I guess you gotta give some production or credit to Alchemist Alfredo too.
It's me. Yeah, this album I listened to when it came out, or very nearly after, I think because Ghost asked our opinions on it. And overall, super solid project. I'm not an Alchemist hater. I think he did his thing on the production.
Nobody is.
Freddie Gibbs. Well, Ghost, I think we can consider.
Well, nobody's.
Um,
I say that's nobody's sane is.
uh, um, yeah, yeah, and obviously Freddie Gibbs can rap his butt off. Um, the song Enchilada in particular is one of the best tracks of the year, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, overall, like not not the greatest album to me, especially in Freddie Gibbs' catalog. So I will go, leaning towards. I'm gonna go 3.5. That's what's jumping out at.
Uh, I this was certainly not bad. I was not blown away by anything. There were a couple of standout tracks, but I really do not want to listen to this again because I remember listening to the first time and I was kind of tedious to be honest. This is 2.5.
I think it kind of like a consensus around this project of like we all acknowledge Freddie Gibbs is pretty dope. This isn't the best outing, but they're artists that so seldom make any bad music unless they're like specifically doing um some weird sonics on it. So it's a three. Next we have Young Boy with Massa or Massa.
Oh God, no,
Yeah,
yeah, we already know.
never.
Yep.
Next we have Metro Boomin and DJ Spins, a futuristic summer. I actually think I wanted to listen to it, even though I don't even care what producers, much less an Atlantean one. I give it 0.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 0.
uh, yeah, I mean, I'll cater for a producer any day, but I'm straight 0.
Next we got Suicide Boys, The Kingdom Come or Thy Kingdom Come.
Yeah, so this one, I forgot this released this year. But yeah, Suicide Boys last year, I think was the first time I listened to them, and I loved their sound on first listen. And I returned to that project early this year, and I had it on repeat. One of the tracks in particular, Burgundy, was just freaking phenomenal. Well, this year I did listen to this one when it came out or soon thereafter. And while I do not think it was as good overall as their last project, I still think it's great. These guys have a great like they have a very particular pocket that they fit so well into. A couple tracks can be misses, but overall, like their sound is just so consistently good. Um, I will go since I did return to this a bit. I'll go 4. I'll go 4 on this one. I think
Jeez.
a standout track had Bones on it. I can't remember what the name was off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a Bones feature. Just listen to that track. It's great. Very dark.
Point 0.5. That album last year was pretty decent, so check out got this year.
Same 0.5, especially now that with the info they got a dope Bones verse or record.
Uh
Next we have
oh,
Yeats,
sorry.
Dangerous Summer.
This is a point 0.5. I'm not a huge Yeet fan, but knowing what one of y'all are about to score this, I am interested in what it's going to sound like.
Which one of y'all?
I thought gave it a pretty high.
I by definition have to give it a 0.5 because a Yeet song was one of my most listened to songs this year. And maybe I wonder if it was on this project. Is that dumbass "If We Being Real" song that I think gained virality on some platform, but I don't know.
Oh,
I'll go point 0.5 as well. I don't know what this dude's saying.
yeah. I thought you would listen to the full project quest because when you said you liked one of the tracks, but no, you didn't. It's 0.
Is it off that project? It, no, I don't see it. I don't know what album that song is from. I think it was from years ago too. Next we have Ray Vaughn, The Good, the Bad, the Dollar Menu. Ray Vaughn,
Atrocious title. Holy shit.
I think it's I haven't had a chance. But Ray Vaughn is dope. So we get 0.5.
Um, yeah, I tried to give this project or not even give it a chance. Like I was kind of hyped going into it, because this dude can rap and he also was involved with the Joey back and forth, Joey Badass back and forth. And his diss tracks in that back and forth were pretty solid. So I was interested in listening to this project, but I think I think my Cali rap hatership or whatever you want to call it, it's getting worse. Like I just after a couple of tracks, I was like, this is so it's not for me. So I gotta go I'll go two. I'll go two. It was mid to me. Like he can rap, but I just can't get into it.
Um, man, I suppose I'll give it a try. The Rayvon has always been very mid to me, and that title is so fucking bad that I kind of just don't want to listen to that. But
He got a
sure.
track that's centered around the dollar menu too, or whatever. I don't know.
Oh my
It's
god. Yeah, this is I went to say point 0.5. This is
You
0.
already gave it a zero. Jeez.
Damn.
Next we
That's
have DJ Premier and Rock Marciano, The Coldest Profession. Um,
yeah. Oh, is this me or is you?
I think it's me. Um, actually, maybe Ghost. Anyway, salute to Rock Marciano. There was a lot of like hard rapping is the best way to describe it. Um, on this project. What did I give it? I wrote it down. Oh yeah, three obviously.
So I don't really like DJ Premier's production, if I'm gonna be super
That's
honest.
damn near blasphemous.
damn, bro.
It's just yeah, I know it's pretty
What?
blasphemous to say. It's just like to me, I think it was so ubiquitous of a sound when we were younger that it just became like basic hip hop production. Uh, my concept of it. Um, so yeah, rock spitting over DJ Premier's beats is just not something I want to hear. Even though Rock Marciano, in my opinion, is one of the greatest rappers doing it right now. Um, I gotta go 2.5 just because of I did not like production.
This is a point 0.5. Unfortunately, did not get to this, but I mean, I'm always going to check out Rob Marciano. I'm always going to check out Primo.
Next we have Gunna, The Last One. W. Ace.
Zero.
Yeah, zero.
Yeah, same. Zero. I'm not. I'm done with that. I'm done trying to get hype for people that other people like that. I don't. Next we have Chance the Rapper, Starline, Ghost.
This one, I kind of liked it. It was obviously not as good as some of his best projects, but it was enjoyable. Definitely better than the Big Day. Again, this kind of the tone on the album was a little off-putting, just kind of knowing his old history. But the highs and lows was a very good track. No More Old Men is that was one of the best hip hop tracks of the year because that one was really good. I was shocked, but because of those two tracks, I'll give it a 2.5, even though I hated the album and how long it took. But yeah, No More Men is great, great track. I didn't know Chance still had that level of rapping in him.
Course.
Yeah, I probably feel pretty much the same in line. The only thing I would add is like there's definitely a somberness to it that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I don't know, man. It's good. It's definitely can be really good when artists put their pain to the music. Um, but I don't know if I super want that from Chance, and I don't know if that even has anything to do with it. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just the type of product that I really enjoy from Chance is obviously the acid rap, and then obviously coloring book, and obviously those sound different, but they both hold exactly what I want to hear from Chance. So these type of records just don't necessarily do it much for me. It's not awful, but it's better than Made. I think positively of it, which is what my main takeaway. So I'll give it a 3, even though it does leave some to be desired, some things to be desired.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Chance is a great. He has. Yeah. He's a great rapper. Like he has the potential to write some of the greatest verses. But he does not do that consistently. Um. So I'm going to go 3 as well. I want to hear a great project from him, but he has not. It's been a long time, so hopefully you can get back into it now.
I don't know. As long as he's a divorcee and potentially doesn't have full custody of his children, and we might not get it again. Next, we have Joey Valence and Bray, yeah, with Hyper Youth.
What is it?
It's you close.
Um, Definitely interesting and I would say even enjoyable to hear. It's like what I would say is like experimental '80s, early '90s rap type of style. I found it enjoyable, but I don't know if I'll be like bumping it consistently. I don't know. This is the one of the weird ones where it probably does fall in one line with the two, even though it is pretty good music. So I'll stick with the two. That's what comes to mind.
Yeah, when we put this on because we listened to this together, I was confused. Like I didn't know if I was listening to new Beastie Boys or what was
Mm-hmm.
going on. But yeah, like they do the style well. Like they really do sound like Beastie Boys if they continue to put out music. Um, but it's like, I mean, that in particular is like, who is this for? I, I'm not really trying to listen to new Beastie Boys, and even though they had their time. Um, so I will go. I'll go 2.5. I'll go 2.5. Just a little bit above mid.
I enjoyed their album that they dropped last year, the year before, whenever it was, particularly that track Punk Tactics, which was fantastic. And I definitely don't mind the new Beastie Boys style, but it was just a little played out and wasn't really any standouts on this album in particular. So I give it a 2 as well. And just want to point out that we're a little over the halfway point and we're like
Yay!
2 hours in, so
Oh,
yeah, probably can speed it up just a little bit, but it is going to take a long time no matter what.
do what we can. Next we have Kitchenada. Ain't no damn way. Nice.
You're not a producer, so I'm gonna go zero.
0.5. I haven't checked out the last few Kitchenada products, but his old stuff was really good, so I'll give it a shot eventually.
Yeah, I always enjoy when I hear it. I just haven't had a chance yet. So 0.5. Next we have Big X Double Plug with a. I hope you're happy. Mm,
I kind of like some of his stuff. I'll check it out. 0.5.
let me know how it goes. 0.
Zero. I do not like this dude.
Then we have Earl Sweatshirt. Live, Laugh, Love. The title doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, reflect the sonics of the project. Um, yeah, again, I was kind of comparing this with the Tyler album for some reason. I know the reason. It's decent, but it really just kind of came off as like they kind of, what's the expression, like phoning it in. Like it kind of really just sounds like a bit too much like a lazy, too close to the mic rapping album to me.
Starting to see the light. Starting to see the light.
It's mid. It's 2.
Earl can still rap. That's the problem. It's just he doesn't sound like he's rapping.
If he doesn't sound like he's rapping,
Sounds
where's the proof that
lazy.
he's still
But the
doing?
bars are there though. The bars are there.
Are they really?
They really are. But you gotta dig. I will go. I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3. Earl can do. Earl's got some tracks on here. He's got some verses, but I do want to hear him turn up. Yes.
1.5. Like at this point, there are plenty of other artists in that Earl inspired that are doing it better than him. I'm tired of the cult from Earl fans. He's fell off.
Next, we have Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2. Wu Tang was just in rare form this year.
Need to see you,
Um,
Ace.
to be honest, again, like I'll listen to the Wu-Tang album, but I'm gonna go zero.
Uh, Ghostface is Ghostface. It's a 0.5, but I kind of hate that album art. And the fact that it's Supreme Clientele too. Just come with a new album name, dog.
Kind of similar to the Raekwon. They are putting out music that's representative of us. They still very much got it. Um, obviously the collaboration of Wu Tang album is the end all be all as far as the best art that they put out this year. So it is just good, not just good. It's good at 3. Next we have Kid Cudi, Free.
Get this shit out of here. 0.
Disappointingly, I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but it sounds like he's feeling free and fine on it. So 0.5, or it looks like
I'm
rather.
gonna go zero. I don't. I don't think I like Kid Cudi.
Next we have Lecrae, Reconstruction.
This is
Um,
like the religious dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
makes that rap Christian. I haven't had a chance, and no, I like Lecrae on like features. I don't know if a whole project would pull me in. It's not like you're gonna do it or building something up. Uh, I'll go 0. Let me know what y'all think when y'all listen to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go zero as well.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are gonna give this a shot.
Next we have Offset. Yeah, I'll listen to this. I still don't know. Kyrie or Kyrie, um, Kyrie. Offset isn't bad. He has his style. It's mid though. It's two.
Zero.
Zero.
Next we have Joey Badass, Lonely at the
Oh,
Top.
Jesus Christ. Joey is not at the top, man. I gotta be honest. It's so disappointing. And I'm gonna say it's disappointing because his verses or his diss tracks and this whole beef thing that happened earlier this year were great. So freaking good. Top tier rapping the whole time from him. He was truly holding his own against the whole West Coast. And then this project. It's just like such a disappointment. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'll go two. He's lucky he's getting a two even. It's just not good.
Yeah, this is one of the most ridiculously disappointing albums I've heard in a long, long time. Because his previous projects had always have sounded kind of mid to me, but I figured I'd give this one a shot. And like, uh, I cannot believe how few memorable bars, how many good bars, how many even just regular punchlines there are. They're on this album. Like I'm never listening to this shit again. I don't want to hear him rapping about how he made it and some fake deep shit about relationships. Like get that shit out of here, dog. This is close to a one, but lucky he's getting the 1.5.
Yeah, y'all pretty much summed it up. It's honestly one of, if not the most disappointing albums here, just because there was a heavy level of build up that could have spawned into Joey being the top tier artist of the year if he had followed through. Almost makes it seem like there should be another category. But yeah, I think the fact that he made a mid project after those back and forth records that he was putting out is kind of speak for itself. So yeah, it's two. It's very mid. Next we have uh, an artist that put out a project called "Tomorrow We Escape."
uh,
Zero,
yeah,
zero for me.
well, I think it was me, but yeah, a 0.5 just because the album art looks somewhat interesting, but if your artist name is not pronounceable, that's a stupid fucking gimmick. Like, yeah, have y'all checked out Ho 99? Oh, get the fuck out of here. But I still am going to give it a shot just because I've never heard of them before. Maybe they'll have something good, but
All the while, their name is just like hot or something.
oh my God.
I don't get it. Yeah, I'll go point 0.5 pretty much because of the album art. Like, I have no clue what this would sound like.
Yeah, of course, their Spotify description is just says immortal, and one of the dudes is literally wearing a crop top. I don't
Next we
even
have
know what he's wearing, but
next we have Four Bats still. Oh, is that Cell? No, it's still shining. No, I'm not rocking Four Bats. Zero.
who's this dude again? He got like the Drake cosign, kind of. Is that him?
Yeah.
Look, he was a TikTok guy.
Yeah,
Apparently,
zero.
apparently he has a record with Leon Thomas. It's pretty good, but cool.
Oh, I see. We have a chopped and screwed version of his album, so just based off principle, I'm not checking out any of it.
Next we have Cardi B in my drama. Ace.
MID drama. Yes, Cardi B, you are the drama. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go two for this one. Like, I think Cardi B can rap, but the subject matter is just like it got old, I mean, pretty quickly. Talking a lot about Offset and a new relationship, and it's just like, all right, it's old. Yeah, two.
Yeah, after you sent me that screenshot of all the different versions he has of this shit, I'm not listening. Zero.
Yeah, similar to you, Ace. The subject matter is not going to hold a person like my attention. Um, it's not awful. Uh, Cardi B definitely puts an effort into their music, so I'll give it a two. Next, we have Destroy Lonely. Destroy Lonely with Broken Heart 3.
Ghost.
Zero.
I think I had mentioned before, but this is definitely another. I think they might even be in a group. Another Ken Carson type. Uh, yeah, they're like literally in the same lane. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they're on the same label. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, this project and music is barely listenable. I literally just almost want it and was slightly like tuning it out while I was listening to it. Yeah, it's awful, but it is a step above Ken Carson, if that means anything. In so much that I gave it a two.
Zero.
Next we have Thugger, Young Thug with I still don't even know how to pronounce this thing. Some Scooty.
Oh yeah, I think it's like a star or like something as astronomical having to do with astronomy. Is it you, Quest? I think, or is it me? Right? Um,
Plus.
If it was me, then this is raw trash. Like Young Thug came out of jail and he proceeded to make the most repetitive gunk I've ever heard. It's kind of interesting. I think they were just, like that record where they're saying that was spamming that hard N word with the ER. It almost makes it seem
Oh
like
yeah, that was
oh
this.
yeah.
Oh my god.
it almost makes it seem like they were just trying to do that for attention. Like I thought this goes. Actually thought it was going to be an interesting album between the album art, his story recently. But no, it's not. It's not. It's just trash, raw trash, and it's one. It's really bad.
Damn, lock him back up.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever listened to a full Young Thug project, and this was not as bad as I was expecting, but that is not saying much at all. Um, I will say the song that um, you know what? No, I'm not gonna give it any bail. I'm gonna go 1.5 since that was just a step above. It was better than I expected, but it was still pretty awful.
Zero.
Next we have Bryson Tiller, Solace in The Vices. Ghost.
Um,
Oh, that's me. Yeah, 0.5, I guess. Let's see what Bryson Tiller's up to. I don't have high hopes.
Interestingly enough, this was actually like a two-parter album. Like when I was first looking at it, they were like separate. But I don't know if there's like a fully just full release package. Um, what's crazy? Some of the records had like a Jordan A that I like vibes. So that's why I can't like call it trash. But outside of that, it's just fairly generic radio R&B. It's very subpar rapping when he starts rapping. It's just a very far cry away from that trap soul vibe that he once was known for. There was a record that I did like. I think it's like called Uncertainty, if I'm not mistaken. So for that reason, I will give it a two, but it's really nothing special.
yeah, I'm gonna have to skim through it and give it a 0.5, mainly because he was on my favorite Jordan Adetunji song, which is probably one of my favorite tracks of the year. So, see if you have anything.
Next we have Mob Deep Infinite. It pains me to have to give this point five, but I definitely have a vested interest in listening because allegedly, from what I was reading up around the time it came out, this is going to be the final, which the final for a posthumous album is already kind of sus, but yeah, it's going to be their final project.
Yeah, I'm gonna go zero. I just don't think I want to listen to posthumous projects.
Um, I did listen to this one. was interesting, especially though it was a posthumous project. There were a lot of bars on it that were pretty mediocre, like not bad, but just kind of like standard hip hop. But because they got such aura, it kind of worked. Um, the 2.5, close to a 3, not quite there. There were a couple of pretty good tracks on this one, but I did like a decent amount, but it wasn't bad or offensive. Nothing super crazy though.
Just going through this list made me realize I feel like I had a really good string of like 10 albums that I just listened to back to back to back, but there was a lot I actually didn't get a chance to. Anyway, next we have Osama Sun, Psychotic with a K, zero.
It's just, yeah, I'm going zero based off the album art. I don't know what this sounds like.
He sounds vaguely familiar, but I had no interest. Zero.
Next we have Mona Leo. Maybe that's not right. Who did the body?
I think this is me. I zero.
Um, it sucks from the research that I did. They're not gonna make music that I'm gonna be rocking with, so that's gonna be a zero.
What did your research yield? Because I'll go 0.5.
I don't want to describe any particular artist because I don't know what they're really popping with vocally. But it's newer, modern, female focused music.
Gotcha.
Next we have
Yeah,
Ty Dolla Sign, Tycoon. Um,
Is it
oh,
just me or is that that artist name? Is that kind of crazy? The
Tycoon.
album name. I know, like
oh my
there's a
gosh.
Taiku, but his the shortened name is literally Ty. So I don't know.
Hey man, your mind can go wherever it wants. Tycoon is always gonna have a positive connotation. But that's where it kind of stops because Ty Dolla Sign making solo projects are trash. Ironically, you know what's crazy? A Ty Dolla Sign is only good when he's putting vocals behind a Kanye West record, but he was like the last one to follow Kanye, so I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, zero for me.
He had that one banger with Lucky Day that he had a great
Zero.
feature on. But yeah, no
Zero.
interest. Zero.
Next we have Cupcake, the bakery. I believe they were actually a double XL freshman. So, oh sorry, essays.
Oh, yeah. This artist I did not listen to because I looked them up and their subject matter seemed very, very, very not for me. So, zero.
Zero.
Yeah, like I was getting into, I believe they were. Jesus, when the first thing you comes up is a singer songwriter known for her hypersexualized, brazen, and often comical persona music. I believe they were double XL freshmen, so I gotta give it a listen. Point 0.5. Next we have Dave, the boy who played the harp, Ghost.
I
I think
believe this is a UK rapper,
okay.
even though I really like the album name. Zero.
UK, turn it off, zero.
I'll go zero to be honest.
Next we have Big L. Speaking of post posthumous, Harlem's finest, Return of the King. Um, yeah, I have to throw on the list of the OG projects that. Actually, no. Even though this probably is in the same category, and I actually did hear one record from this. I want to give it a zero because I'm not into a whole bunch of posthumous music either, but they might be able to sell me off of the final project. And there is the fact that I did hear something that did sound pretty modern. I know that probably didn't have negative or positive connotation, but the fact that it doesn't sound like the verse has been sitting in the trunk somewhere, I'll give it the point 0.5. even though in general I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go zero again. Posthumous album.
I'll
Features do look pretty good though.
I'll give it a point 0.5, but I heard a lot of the tracks on this are kind of recycled from this other unreleased stuff, which doesn't give me too much hope, but I'll still check it out.
Next we have 1900 Rugrat with Big Ah Kids.
Um, yeah, I think it's me. I hate this project so much, and like 1900 Rugrat as an artist, everything he stands for. This is the negative one for me. I
Damn.
truly hated everything about
See, I
this.
like when we can come on here and be on the same page. I like that.
This dude, I think he was definitely a freshman. I think he might have been the first one to rap.
Yep.
And like, yeah, this dude, man, just
Yep.
garbage. Like
This is a
insult
zero.
to hip hop.
Yeah.
Damn. I kind of want to listen to it now just to see how truly bad it was, but
Yeah, Ace said it perfectly. This guy is just uh he's lucky to have made it off the ground. Although, to be fair, I do see how he could be popular, specifically with the people that he grew up with. But yeah, this is trash. Super unlistenable. I literally had to turn the song off because it was so bad. And just to give an indication of the type of guy that we're working with here, he literally has a bar that's pretty much the effect to the tune of um, "Cracker with the AR, like I'm about to shoot up a school." It's it's bad. It's well one, but Ace is right. It probably is even worse.
dang, we're not getting another negative one.
I can't give out too many negative ones, but it's awful. Next we have uh, Armin Tarm Hammer and Alchemist Mercy. I actually listened to this, but go ahead, Ghost.
Uh, I have not listened to this, and I don't love Arm& and Hammer. I don't love Alchemist. No interest.
Um, from what I was hearing, it wasn't really pulling me forward. It's unfortunately, I hate putting anything associated with Alchemist lower than a three, but it was mid. So two, sorry.
Oh, for yeah. So Armand Hammer is Billy Woods and Elucid.
Oh my god.
And
How did
yeah,
I not
all
realize that?
yeah. I didn't expect you to want to listen to it, but yeah, I think they are a great duo. Um, they complement each other in terms of like Billy Woods being somewhat decipherable and Elucid kind of not being, but also having a more forceful and impactful delivery with his rapping. And they always rap over the most abstract beats. And
Yep.
Alchemist did deliver that on this project. So I'm gonna go 3.5 for this. Not quite scratching the four, but still a very, very solid project in my opinion. Type of stuff I like to hear.
Nice. Next we have Danny Brown Stardust.
This is me. Yeah, I didn't get to it. 0.5.
Zero.
I started listening to it, but I didn't get enough to I can even give it a credible score. So I'll give it 0.5. It started off with kind of like a not a western, but like I don't know, like modern western vibe. It's like country, I guess. It's kind of weird. But he's wearing cowboy boots. And I don't know if that's reflective of the entire project. Next we have NF Fear.
Few goes.
Fucking zero. I'm never gonna listen to an NF project ever.
I always just forget. I was going to NF projects and like not knowing what to expect. But as soon as I turn it on, it's like a Sambo radio trailer music record. Um, yeah, it's super somber and I would say it's music for somebody that's in a slump, to be honest. But it's not awful. There's definitely like talent behind it. It just I just always forget what to expect. It's a two.
Yeah, zero. Close to an F.
Next we have De La Soul Cabin in the Sky. Man, I enjoyed this project. It's not reflective of the entire project, but I would describe a lot of it as like very not obviously very '90s rap. I would also describe it as Quentin Tarantino rap on some of the records. Killer Mike had a super dope verse on it. With his record about they're kind of giving tributes to their moms. Also Nas had a really good verse on it. It's just a dope project all the way through. For the most part, it's not perfect with some of these OGs. I'll give it a three.
Hmm. I did not listen to this, and I would have probably given it a zero if not for those features you just mentioned. But yeah, I'll go point 0.5 now.
Uh, this is a point 0.5. I've always like inordinately disliked LSO for whatever reason. Like, and I want to listen to this to see if maybe it helps something click. But yeah.
I think you also like some of the features. I don't know if that helps. What's going on though? I feel as if like your listening ship this year, Ghost, might be all time low. There's so many
Yeah, I mean,
singles.
it definitely is.
That's crazy. But regardless, next we have Big Crit dedicated to Cataly. I don't even know how to say this. Cataly Bizri
Yeah,
Volume 1.
I didn't get to it, and I'm not really a Crit fan, even though I do respect him as an artist, but I'm gonna give it a zero. Probably not gonna listen to
Damn, no love for Crizzle. This is a 3. Very enjoyable project. It's kind of a uh southern vibe project, no real deep concept, but enjoyable enough production. Skits, but
Yeah.
at least he didn't incorporate them into the actual tracks, and Fit's always gonna put out quality stuff.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I would describe it as definitely him leaning into the more like Cadillac vibes. But I would also agree it's definitely a three. It's no way in shape a bad project. Um, it's obviously not one of his most standout, but I think it's like EP in general. Anyway. Next we have 21 Savage. What happened to the streets? Goes.
This is a 0. I have not listened to this, and I've heard some very bad things about this project from reviews, and I have no desire to check it out. So,
Yeah, it's quite an ironic title, and I almost wonder if we will end up getting to some of the controversy around 21 and some Atlanta artists. I'll kind of spare the details for brevity. But yeah. Um, I will say to this title, it is very like a project that is they're really trying to articulate what street culture is about. 21 Savage on a solo project just unfortunately does not do that well, especially to me. Yeah, there was just really nothing special about this project, and I was intently looking for something to pop out. Um, there was a Herbo verse that was pretty okay-ish. Ironically, there was a Metro Boomin beat that was actually relatively enjoyable, but just really like I think the best thing I took away with it was like the outro record is like a tribute record to some artists that have passed, and that touches me, quote unquote. But other than that, it's super mid. It's two.
it. Zero.
Next, Nas and DJ Premier, Light Years. Of course, I had to prioritize giving Nas a listen. It's not necessarily in the same vein as some of the King Disease projects, um, but I don't think that's even what they were going with it because obviously those are Nas Hit Boy and this is Nas DJ Premier. To be fair, some of that characterizing that we were saying about DJ Premier beats of it kind of being standard, is not necessarily too far away from it. Like I definitely think this project was held up by like if you really like genuinely enjoy hearing Nas in his latter years rap. There's definitely some themes that are on the project, and I would say Nas hasn't actually lost a step. Um, but there's no super standout banger if I were to say. Um, but there, what it does have is a record. I forget the name of the record, but it's a record with Az. Where they're rapping back and forth, and I super always love and gravitate to records like that. So I'll give it a 3. I don't think Nas can ever go lower than that unless he's really fumbling.
Yeah, I didn't listen to this. And again, with my thoughts on DJ Premier, even though there is that one track Quest just mentioned, I'm probably gonna go zero as a whole. I might just listen to that one.
Another one I unfortunately was not able to listen to, but we'll certainly will be checking it out because it's nice.
Next we have Jay Electronic, a written testimony leaflets. Peace.
Man, I did not realize this was a multiple part project or whatever. I only listened to the second one, and I was extremely pissed off because there was maybe three J Electronica verses across what 7 or 8 tracks. There's a lot of filler. Um, so because of that, I don't even know if I can rate this properly. Like J Electronica can definitely rap. It just felt like a gimmick in terms of how much he was actually putting out. Maybe if I listened to the whole thing, I would change my opinion. Either way, I'll just rate it based off what I heard. I'm gonna go 2.5.
Uh, Honestly, 0. I'm not gonna spend the time crawling through 4 different albums to pick out which one's the listenable one. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm on a similar page as you, Ace. Like, I wasn't aware of some of the other drops, or like, and I don't really understand the rollout for this particular outing. In so much, I don't even feel as if I really heard all of it. So I'm giving it a 0.5. I'll go back and listen to it maybe if and when. It's kind of like contingency if and when they put out like a full like just drop a project with all of it and like so we can just get it. Like why we gotta be? It just pisses me off. It makes me not inclined to hear it, but I'll do it just for the
Right.
sake of J Electronica.
Yeah, I think he's a great rapper. It's just so annoying. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Next we have Red Veil, Sankofa. Sankofa? I'm saying it
I think this is me. Um, I really like this project. Red Veil, his previous one from 2022, whatever, 2023, was extremely good and caught me off guard. And this kind of built on that. One critique I did have was that a lot of the stuff, particularly like the hooks, were very Tyler the Creator inspired, which if you like that, then fine, but it felt a little bit derivative. But overall, again, very good project. And like his rap in itself was super great. Production, he also self-produces his stuff, super great as well. Uh I'll give this a 4. This is going back between a 3.5 and a 4, but I think it's good enough to earn that.
Um, I have not. Um, and I don't think I will. So I'm gonna go 0.
With a score like a 4, I gotta give it a 0.5.
Yeah, tonality don't it doesn't exude you want to. Sky Zoo. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but Sky Zoo is always like uber phenomenal. That would probably be like the second project I listened to that I haven't had, I just didn't get a chance to listen to. So I'll definitely gotta go 0.5. And I say I should have prioritized it, but it is what it is.
Um, yeah, I listened to this for the first time yesterday. Skyzoo, top tier rapper. Um, doesn't quite captivate me like some other artists do. Maybe it's because of subject matter and like he's just a lot of times rapping about his past.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
so but still, he's still a solid rapper. So I'm gonna go 3.5.
Um, this was a solid Sky Zoo project. One of my favorite rappers doing it today. Couple of standout tracks, nothing super crazy. Production was fine. It's good. I'm gonna go 3.5 as well.
All right, we're getting more and more into the projects that y'all added, so there should be a lot of scores being racked up here. Boldy James and Nicholas Craven, criminally attached. This is one of the few exceptions to like I listen to a project or something based off Ghost recommendation. So for I have to turn over to Ghost.
Yeah, this is one of like what 8 products Boldy James dropped this year, and he collabs with like every producer under the sun. This one was with Nicholas Craven, who he's collabed with multiple times before, and this one was probably my favorite of the ones that I did listen to with him. Very solid project. Again, Boldy James is kind of like Boldy James. Just you're not getting anything new that you don't expect, but he does it very well. This one 3.5 as well.
Okay, based off that, I would give it that 0.5.
Yeah, I don't know. Boldy James doesn't do it for me, and I did not listen to the project, so I'm just gonna go 0.
Next we have Mavi, the pilot. Nice.
I did not listen to this one either. I don't know what I would expect, so 0.5.
Yeah, he's in that ilk of Earl inspired, um, borderline abstract rappers. Uh, I this product I'll give it a 2.5. There were a couple of really good tracks. I like the Kenny Mason feature a lot. Like that feature from Kenny Mason was excellent. It was probably the standout track, but overall, kind of a little hit or miss with the production. Decent project, nothing super game changing.
Mm, 0 for me. Maybe one day I'll change my mind. Next we have Villanova, the sense God gave a goat.
Me?
No, I think Ghost.
Uh, yeah, I guess me. I whatever. Yeah, this I believe is going to be my one and maybe only 5 of the year. I
Nice.
absolutely love this album. All of Villanova's stuff that he's put out for the past few years has been standout, and this might have been the peak of his discography, in my opinion. Like bars are fantastic. The way he flows is top tier. Production top tier. I really love this album. I found myself going back to it a lot and listening to it. The Wrath of Farrakhan is probably the best track on the album. It's super great. I think this is going to be my 5.
Got you, got you. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but um, I mean, from what I've heard from Villanova, they've always put out bangers, so this just emboldens the point 0.5 that I really do have to put some time. And spoil not spoiler alert, but I will have some time off at the end of the year, so that's when I'll get to it.
Yeah, so Willie Nova, I put him in the same tier as like Boldy James, and maybe that's incorrect, but I did listen to this project, and for whatever reason, I didn't come away being impressed with it much. Is a more uh, for me as a listener than him as an artist. But I'm gonna have to go 2.5. I'll re-listen though, since Ghost gave it a 5 and really dig in to see what the heck I'm missing, because I must be missing something.
Next, we have Domo Genesis and Gray Matter Scram. 0.5 for me.
Oh yeah, I was excited for this one because I think Ghost brought a track, a recent track from Download Genesis. But yeah, this one it also didn't really grab me that much overall. Um, so I have to go 2.5 here as well.
Yeah, I really like Domo Genesis in general. This project, it was okay. Like it was decent. It wasn't amazing though. Had a little higher hopes. I will go to, mm, I'll go 2.5.
Next we have KSI Before I Was Born. Ace.
All right, so I listened to this when we started the podcast today. Um, this Kasai is getting better. He's continuing to get better in my opinion. And overall, like this project, I can listen to it the whole way through. There's no duds per se or anything that's super egregiously bad. Um, he's not he's not like great yet though, to the point where he's put out anything that's just like, well, actually, except that one track uh, a few years ago. But yeah, he has yet to do that again, in my opinion. So he's like getting there, but he's not there yet. I don't want to give it a 2.5. I want to give it a three. I'll give it a three. Yeah, I'll give it a three. It was good. It was good.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to listen to this one. I heard like I think the first track and I enjoyed it, but I didn't listen to the entire project. But definitely a point 0.5. Intrigued to hear what he's put out this time.
Point 0.5 for me as well, as Ace alluded to. Ever since, whenever an artist puts out a record that, or an album that at least has one or two bangers that surprise you, you got to go back and check for them. Next, we have Young Morpheus and Dirty Art Club. I like Dirty Art Club. A Spyglass to One's Face. Ghosts.
This one, I really like Dirty Art Club's producer. It's like that 2010s era, dope stuff he put out. Young Morpheus is kind of hit or miss. He's had some excellent tracks, but his products have been like okay to me. This was a decent product. Give it a 2.5. Production was good. I might revisit it. There were a couple of standout tracks, but nothing super crazy overall.
I'll give it 0.5. I am interested.
Yeah, 0.5. Name Young Morpheus is pretty dope.
I'll spill like that. Next, we have LEG Blanks. That's a zero for me currently.
Yeah, based off the album art, I'm leaning towards a zero, but I'll give him a 0.5.
All right, yeah, Alvar is bad, but y'all remember I brought a ton of LEG tracks this year, and I've been caping for this dude. This album honestly wasn't his best product of the year. It was really his debut album. I'm giving it a 4.5 because his entire discography is amazing, and he's already my most listened album artist of the year, and I only found out about him like I believe exactly 2 months ago.
Mm.
He is that good. And
Okay, okay.
I know we don't comment other scores, but Quest. I recommend checking him out. Because again, like I brought some tries, but he's that good that I'm gonna continue caping for this dude. And I think he's like I don't know about up next, because I don't know if he's ever gonna have that mainstream appeal, but one of my favorite artists currently doing it.
Nice.
Well, when you bring that banger, I have to go back to it. Then we can have a conversation. Next, we have Mick Jenkins and Emil, A Murder of Crows. Ace.
All right, so Mick Jenkins, yeah, this dude, I think he's at the height of his uh of his abilities. Like he
So
um
strange
he
feeling.
had he had a few. he had a few albums, maybe I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that range, where off of how much I like The Waters, the first EP that I got into, I was like,
Waters. Which was like a decade
he's
ago at this
going
point, by the
to
way.
yeah, no, that's a very long time. But he started getting too jazzy with his stuff and it was too, I don't know. It just wasn't what I wanted from him. But the last couple projects, he's just been rapping, and that's all I want. His ability to craft a verse and like his double entendres, the way he slips stuff in. I just shot a One Piece reference in the WhatsApp chat. He's freaking incredible, and um, and yeah, the production on this, from Emil, I guess, was great. It complemented Mick Jenkins very well. It was a little bit more spacey than I generally like, but still very solid. So, yeah, this was a super recent listen. I think if I had more time with it, I would give it a higher score. But well, I mean, the five. But I'm gonna go 4.5.
Uh, I did listen to this one. Abil is an amazing producer. Like he's one of my favorite producers currently, and Mick Jenkins is one of my favorite artists. So I kind of wish I liked this more, to be honest. It was very good. I just I don't know. I wish there were more standout tracks. I honestly kind of like when Mick goes into singing mode and more
Oh
laid
my
back mode.
gosh, dude, what's wrong with you?
Bro, he be like say he be flowing like
Uh,
Scottie Pippen. That might be to me kind of the peak Vic Jenkins sound that I like. But 3.5. It was good. I just wish I liked it more.
Hmm. Yeah, ironically, again, I feel as if I'm in the middle of agreeing with y'all. It feels that this was an incredibly dope project. But there's nothing that super stands out, which is not always a bad thing, because some projects, they just have a consistent, good vibe to it. And so much, I would say this is a four. Like Mick Jenkins, I wouldn't say I don't know how you could say he's at the height when the Waters is the best joint, but he definitely is super consistent. And this project was a great outing, especially again in the wave of mid that was this year. Next we have Coda the Friend. No rap on Sunday. Ghost.
Uh, point 5, I suppose. He'll always have that like one track in an entire album of incredible mid that's a standout, but I just gotta go wading through it, I guess. Suppose I'll
Um,
give it a listen eventually.
yeah, same 0.5. I'm anxious to hear the banger if there is one, and I really like that album art album title name. Sorry.
yeah, I'll go point 0.5 as well.
Next we have Mike Showbiz Ace.
0. I think he's in the Boldy James lane too.
This is a point 0.5. I mean, he's honestly more in the Earl Sweatshirt-esque type, as far as style,
Mm, mhm.
but he's had a lot of like projects that I didn't love, but then I heard one really amazing track from him recently that kind of has me rethinking like, yeah, I gotta check out more of this dude's discography. So I'm gonna give this a listen.
I also gotta give 0 at this juncture. Next we have Kirby Miss Black America. I actually did hear like one record off it, so I haven't actually heard enough to give it a score. But Kirby is super dope, so 0.5.
Um, Kirby is wait. Oh, I know who Kirby is.
I'll get you.
I'll go point 0.5. I'll go point 0.5.
Uh, this is I don't know, 2.5. Kirby is extremely dope, and I like a lot of her stuff. This project, I think I wasn't in the best mood for it, and I might revisit it. I didn't love it, honestly. It it tries to straddle that line of like being I don't know what the right term is. I can't think right now. I don't know if progressive or
Mhm.
pro-black, woke. And it kind of works, but then it kind of gets a little tedious. So again, I'm gonna revisit this and I might end up liking it more. But for now, it is a 2.5.
Y'all better put on your y'all rest of y'all boosters. We're I think 20 something on away. Anyway, next we got Femdot Free Samples Volume 3 Ghosts.
Point 0.5. I think I really liked the last free samples project you put out. Just haven't had a chance to listen to this one.
I'm going zero. I don't think I ever bumped into Femdot records that I'm compelled to keep going back to or check out in general.
Ace.
All right, point five. Chat.
Next we have Rome Streets and the Conductor Williams, Train Spotting, aptly named.
Is it me?
I
No, I
think
think
that's
it's yeah, I think it's me.
you.
Um, um, I'm leaning on zero. Hmm. Yeah, I got it. When it
What?
comes to
Zero? Man, put point five. Stop being ridiculous.
why,
Rome
Because it's
Streets
a
is
great. Yeah, Rome Streets is a great rapper. I mean, I'm gonna get into my score in a second, but put a point.
This is how I felt about the LEG, by the way. But
No, put a point
listen,
five plus,
I
please.
can't relate. I don't think these are artists that y'all have a lot to listen to. That y'all gotta listen to. I don't know.
Have you listened to Rome Street? Like, do you know what he sounds like
It's
off the
just
top of your
not
head?
nothing is memorable.
he's very reminiscent of Joey.
Yeah. Good Joey. Like,
Listen, make a banger and let me, and then I'll like. I'm not
Fire,
here. I,
listen to Fire at
I'm
your
not
idle
here to
mind. Not
like.
off of the spot.
Oh, I'm not here to get recommendations. If you got a banger, let me. Like, give me the
oh
banger.
my
Bring the banger.
gosh, dude. All
The
right,
crazy
let's.
thing is that I 100% brought this track to the pod and you
I'm not
liked
saying.
it.
I'm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I brought a track as well, but it's fine.
We're all aware that in the moment we could like something and maybe you want to hear more of it, but if it doesn't stick, it don't
Oh,
stick. Listen, I've the reason why I feel no way about this because I've literally taken some of the records that y'all brought here and added it to my playlist. But it had been like one of my favorite songs of the year, so I know something will stick, and if it doesn't, it just doesn't.
This is ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, this out like I said last year. I think last year was the first time I listened to a full Rome Street project. And that dude can rap. It's really incredible how consistently great his verses are. Um, every aspect of his rhymes, from the rhyme schemes to the wordplay, it's just insane. In particular here too, he did a lot of he had a lot of movie references and just schemes in general. Um, Yeah, he's like on battle rapper level into battle rap level in terms of his bars. And I like the production on here as well. I liked it a lot. I think it complemented him very nicely. There were only a couple tracks that I wasn't too into, mainly because like Rome Street tried to do some tried to get into I don't know how you describe it. Tried to do things with his voice that he just shouldn't have bothered trying. But but yeah, other than that, like yeah, this dude is an incredible rapper. He's I think I said this last year. Like he's basically Joey Badass until Joey Badass comes back with an actually good album. Um I see because of the couple tracks that took away from my full enjoyment of this. It's tough for me to give this the 5, but at the same time, this is probably the project that I've returned to the most. Um, so yeah, I'm probably gonna go a 5 here and maybe retract the Saba 5. That's probably what's gonna happen.
This retroactive scaling is crazy. That should be banned.
Yeah, put that in point. Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to point 0.5.
Next we have John Michaels and Anthony James. Ego Trip. I don't know. I don't be liking two first names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
this
me,
was
right?
a.
Started.
It's Ace.
Okay.
Yeah, point 0.5.
Uh, this is going to be my second 5 of the year. I listened to John Michael before, and I was kind of like, I think it was Discover Weekly from an album he dropped 2023. I really liked it. And I wasn't really expecting to because I liked his lyrics, religious themes, and this album just takes all that and just ratchets it up another level. Uh, Probably it's been a while, maybe since Chance that I heard something that reminded me of old Kanye so much, but like from the first track, which might be my favorite track of the year, period, it was just banger after banger. Production was top tier, very very well put together, like concept wise, easy five for me.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you articulated. I think it was incredibly well put together. Very thematic. Very crisp production. I would say. Um, yeah, it's kind of random, but also just like even down to like some of the background vocals I really liked. Um, I would give it a 4. It was really a top. It was really a top tier project. Which
A lot
yeah,
of gospel references
yeah, obviously
and
that's
gospel
gonna get my
sounds.
attention. I don't know if anyone's mentioned it or say this much, but it's so interesting. Reminds me a lot of vocally of Jeezy, but yeah,
You know, I can kind of hear it. Like, definitely not the type of music that Jeezy makes, but yeah, there's actual vocals. I can see it, and maybe a little of the flow.
next we have
Never
West
thought
Side
about.
Gun 12.
I think it's me. Yeah. Oh, West Side Gun. Yeah, nah, I'm straight, bro. 0.
0.5 for me. Grisel's good in my book. You have to get to it.
I'm gonna go 0 until somebody said Westside released an extremely great project like that. Just
Next we have Mac Miller Balloonerism. I think I was a bit even hesitant to put this on here for some reason. I don't. I think this is new music, but
It's a technically he never fully released it, but it came out like unofficially years ago.
oh, then I feel less compelled to put it. If it's truly like if it was truly unreleased, then I would feel more compelled. But if it's not unreleased music, then I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
it is. It
I
was like a
I
week before.
either way, I'm going 0. This is where the posthumous element of like posthumous music, is detracts from my interests.
same 0.
Now, I'm not. I like Mac Miller. I'm not a huge Mac Miller fan, but this, in my opinion, is his best album. And
What in the world?
bro, I wasn't expecting to feel that way,
Nice
but
opinion that nobody
I
agrees with.
I love this album. Like I say from like my enjoyability, I'm not saying it's objectively the best, but I like this album more than I like his other albums. This is really good.
Wow.
And maybe part of it was the posthumous element because some of the tracks, like the one he did with Rick's piano, like kind of hit different knowing that he's gone now, but I this album was super good. This is a 4, and I kind of want to bump it
What
up to a
the heck?
4.5, but it was excellent. Like Personally, this is my favorite Miller album that I've listened to.
That's
It's fine.
crazy. That's really crazy.
Next we have Ben Beal, Clumsy, Ace.
Uh, point 0.5.
Speaking of Mac Miller, this is like without a doubt the closest equivalent like sound that I've heard as far as style, but he has some like kind of it's a laid back style, but he throws some clever bars in there, and it's I like his like kind of ironic tone, and a lot of the stuff is kind of depressing, but I enjoy the vibe. This is three.
Yeah, from what I recall, it would make sense that it would be worth giving it a chance of point 0.5. Next we have Joel Ortiz, Love, Peace, and Trauma. From what I recall, oh, it's Ghost actually. That's what I recall.
Oh, uh, I think a point 0.5. Like Joel Ortiz has some decent stuff. I do kind of hate this album name and the art. I just realized that those are guns on the frigging peace symbol, and that's almost enough to make in like the
Sorry.
bad heart. I kind of want to make put this as a zero. I'll check it out, but man, that's really fucking bad.
Now I gotta go 0.
I'm gonna go 0 as well, unfortunately. He does have some good tracks, but
Next we have
I
Jev, Lorna Whirl, Volume 2. Point 0.5. I feel like I heard a record off of this, or maybe something in passing.
yeah, point 0.5. Is this the artist that I brought last year? Dang it.
I've definitely brought tracks from him before. I don't know if you've brought one separately, but he's had
Okay,
some
maybe
dope
I'm thinking of
stuff.
somebody else.
It's a point 0.5.
Next we have Cal Banks, Rhoda. Got Ace.
Point 0.5. That's some good album art.
Um, I was really looking forward to this because some of Kyle Banks's Lucy's that he's put out were super excellent, and he has a lot of TDE features on here. Unfortunately, he fucking raps on a lot of this shit. Y'all know how I feel about that, but it's not bad, but it's very mediocre. This is a three. I wish I could give it more because it had some amazing tracks on there. The Smino feature, Zay Rashad, but the
Yep.
rapping just kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah, point 0.5, obviously. Next we have Navy Blue, The Sword, and The Soaring.
Point 0.5. I generally like Navy Blues projects, just haven't had a chance to listen to this one.
0.
Point 0.5.
Dang, once we get to the bottom list, that's when it starts getting. That's when the zeros start coming out, or the not listened to is rather. Next we have Laos or Laos, Louise, the Cat, the Mocking Stars, Ace.
Yeah, I had no clue what the heck this was. Apparently, Ghost, did you bring this? Like, are you familiar with this
Yeah,
artist?
I wasn't familiar with him until I just saw a random recommendation and I listened to the album and it's gotten some decent reviews, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
brought this
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I can't remember where he's from. Is he like Irish or something?
It's weird. Like he might be German or something. It's definitely like UK adjacent, but I think he speaks in German on some of the tracks.
Yeah.
It might
I
be
don't even know
Irish.
if I recall a single lyric from or a verse from any of the tracks. It was I really would have had to focus to pick up on what he was actually rapping about. But overall the sound was decent. And his accent, like I got used to it pretty quickly. Um, so I'm gonna just give it a solid 3. It's a good.
Yeah, this is a three for me as well. Again, I had no clue who this guy was. And I think I remember how I heard him now. It was like a clip or something on TikTok. And the transition between, I think it's the title track, there's like a point where there's a beat switch and it's unbelievably, it's amazing. It's one of the best beat
Mm,
switches I've ever heard. The accent, like it's UK rap, but it's not like unlistenable UK rap, so you kind of got to listen to it. And the concept behind it and thematically was a little strange, just in a
mm,
bad necessarily, but like a lot of it is from the perspective of like him being a cat, which is it's fucking weird. Well, it kind of works. It was a
mm.
three. Yeah,
I'm gonna give it
Quest. I'm gonna just give
big
you that zero because I'm gonna
big
tell you
zero.
right now, if you don't like the UK sound, you're not gonna like this.
Next we have Blue with 40. Ooh.
Uh oh, is that? I think it's me. This is a zero, unfortunately. Blue's dope, but he's a little well. Honestly, no. Blue was dope. He's overrated as hell now. He's got a lot of bid recently, so I'm good.
Yeah, I got a chance to listen to a little bit of it for transparency or all of it, but I do have enough to come to the conclusion that this is a good project. Um, I don't know what the expectations of Blue are these days, but I can listen to this and see the talent in it. So I'll give it a three.
Um, I'm gonna give it a zero. I don't think I'm.
Next we have Monty Booker Noise, meaning if you for whatever reason follow Monty Booker on Discord or in the Discord just randomly, you kind of knew about the project coming. And in so much that I kind of feel. Also, I either I follow their Twitch stream or I just know when they stream. I always feel compelled to just check it out. Again, I haven't listened to all of it, but enough to know that Monty Booger's not putting out trash. This is definitely a good project. It's definitely worth a three. Or maybe I should say, yeah, maybe I should slow down on they don't put out trash. I'm pretty sure I could find it if I went looking for it.
5.
I really like this. It was a departure from this older sound, but it was kind of a departure, but it had intentionality behind it. There was some really, really good tracks on this and features in particular. Shout out to Smino. This is a four.
Yeah.
Very good album.
Next we have Black Odyssey, Mood Control, Ace.
0.5.
Man, this one is almost as disappointing as the Joey Badass one for me. Black Odyssey's first two albums are like some of the best of the last few years, and then he's put out a bad album last year or the year before, and I did not like this album at all, at all. This is a 1.5. I really did not like this album.
Damn.
It's like he just forgot everything that made his shit dope. Like D'Angelo vibe, Neo Soul. Nope, we're doing some bullshit ass pop adjacent shit. Like
Oh man, you might
It's not. It's not.
reduce
It's
mine
not.
to a zero
It's
then.
not pop. Don't negatively influence
it's
people.
it's not pop, but it's like pop R&B. Like I don't know how to
It's
describe
R
it,
and
but it's
B.
like it's very mid R&B, disappointing.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I say don't negatively influence people, but you can only ever just give your thoughts and opinions on it. I actually think that I feel as if I'm late to the party when it comes to Black Odyssey because they, like you said, they've been putting out projects for years, but I don't know, they just kind of caught the attention now. Um, Recently they were kind of described as like the weekend mixed with Travis Scott, and I think I pretty much agree with that. Even though I think they took some slight issue with it, and to be honest, I can kind of understand that because on this project in particular, they definitely do have their own vibe, relatively unique, which I think people all deserve a bit of credit for. I find the production to be incredibly likable. It is kind of my more vibes, a bit of synth, a bit of like experiment. But it always kind of does fall back to an R&B vibe to it. Um, there was a record on it. I think it's just called Waves, either Wave or Waves. That's absolute fire, in so much that this project is good to be honest. I don't know if it's the dopest thing I've ever heard, But it's good. It's good. I just don't know if I'm gonna check out every Black Odyssey project because of it. I'll give it a three.
The fact that the current comp is the weekend mix with Travis Scott is so disgusting to me. Quest, I beg you, please go back and listen to his first two projects. What are they called? Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
I mean, I
Black
was looking
Vintage
at
debut and Diamonds and Freaks.
I was looking at
Those
the
two projects.
discography. I don't know if I want to go back to a artist discography in this day and age. There's someone telling me that their new music has a certain vibe to it that I kind of can find likable. Going back to their old stuff, I don't know. I mean, it's not.
I that
It's not.
I
It's not. I'm
cannot
never.
believe that the
It's.
actual take that you have.
It's not that I'm ever. It's not that I'm never. It's consistent with how I consume music. It's not. It's not. No, I'm never going to do it. It's just that I would rather just be impressed by the new stuff.
But the old stuff is so much better. That's the point. Like I think I literally gave both of these products five out of five in the past years when they dropped. Like they're so good. And then this shit it's not shit, but this project comes out and it's like it's not representative of his true capability. That's what's so frustrating. That's why I was like, please go back and listen to his old stuff. It's so much better.
Fair enough.
It's so much better.
Next we have Black with the L A capitalized, Party with the AR capitalized, The Last Dance. Um,
Is that me?
yeah, go.
Uh, this is a two. He has some hits and misses. This album's kind of a miss. This is like mediocre dance R&B.
Zero for me.
Yeah, I mean, to be, I'll go two as well. I guess if Ghost didn't like it, I just surely didn't like it. No, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, that's exactly what it is, like dance R&B, which is not for me, I would say. I'm surprised Ghost gave it that low
I
score.
thought this was taken off the lists, but I guess we'll leave it for the sake of its completion. Errol Holden and Rock Marciano. Rock Marciano presents Mulberry Silk Road. Um, yeah. Oh, that's me. I feel if I heard one record off of this, and again, I thought I actually did hear him rapping. So maybe I'm just confused now. Again, I don't have enough to come to a conclusion. So 0.5.
Yeah, so while I was looking at Rock Marciano's discography this year, I saw that there were two other projects besides the DJ Premier one, but they're both projects he produced. This one and one he did for Knowledge the Pirate, I think is the dude's name. Um, but yeah, this one is far and away superior. I wish Rock Marciano rapped on it, but it was just Errol Holden. And this was the first time I think I've heard Errol Holden rap. And he's a very solid rapper. Very like grimy. I mean,
Would you
his
really
the
say that they sounded like?
you said?
Would you really say that they sounded like?
No, 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 no. No, you would know the difference. He actually kind of his the way he raps, or his voice kind of reminds me of Black Thought. That would be the best comparison.
Oh,
Um,
That was tweaking.
but no, but his I would not say he has the same like ability to put together like bars in the way Black Thought does. It's just literally his voice sounds similar. Um, but yeah, his subject matter is super like dark. Is like very street, grimy type subject matter. And that's pretty much across the whole project. So, uh, Marciano did his thing with the beats. I, I continue to be impressed by how good of a producer he is. I'm gonna go three with this one. Just a very, very solid project.
definitely point five.
And last, I cannot believe we're finally here, but not least, and uh, shame on the uh, year hip hop album of the year page for not having this project on it. I hope by now they've corrected it. Wale's project with Everything Is a Lot. Um, we also have interesting rollout slash project release. In so much that it compelled me to check out the music. And the music's good, but I don't know. Wally's in a weird space, but maybe then again he's always been in a weird space. Like the fact that the that Net controversy made it past like anything outside of anything. And for those who don't know, at an award show, Kai Cenat just didn't recognize or know who Wale was, and then Wale got kind of upset about it. But regardless, that has nothing to do with the music. I'm just saying, end of the podcast ramblings. Wale put out a really dope project, in so much that he almost could let the project speak for itself. Um, but yeah, I guess people are and generally interested in Wale's um, uh, going ons. Um, yeah, I have no problem with the project. It kind of is ending this particular segment on a low. It was dope that he had Leon Thomas on the project. I didn't like some of the directions he went. Like with what's that person's name? Some is it Audrey Day or Andrew Day? I don't know. It's a two. It's mid. It's not bad, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like Wale, so zero.
That's not true. You just don't have anything nice to say at the moment.
Uh, I was gonna give this a 0.5, but here in your description, Quest, I'm straight.
See, I don't. It feels weird when you end it off on a low note. Like, come on, like the last project here should be like fours and threes or fours and fives. But we have miraculously made it to the end of the list. So now it's time to do a drum roll and look at the final numerical data numbers.
See
Um,
them stats.
so for this first assessment, we have the average score of albums listened to. Yes, we always think ahead since we acknowledge that we don't listen to all the
Sorry.
albums on the list to give it the nice, fair, objective rating. This is the rating. For the albums that I listened to, I came away with the average of 2.5, approximately, maybe 2.6. Ace, a little higher with the 2.8. And honestly, Ace and Ghost are neck and neck with your average score for albums that you actually listen to is 2.8. So I guess that's how you guys would have to classify this year, a 2.8. If we keep going, if we look at the average, ooh, that's nasty. The average, total average score. So this encompasses the albums that we didn't listen to either. We start to see it drops to 1.2, 1.1, and barely a one. Jeez, I don't even have to ask Ghost how he feels about this year in general. Um, and the total averages between all of us for these respective categories is 2.7 and 1.1.
Yikes.
You always say this year was trash. If we go by our rating system.
Yeah, including
Man,
the garbage albums. Yeah, of course.
I will definitely gonna have to compare after with previous years, but
Yeah, this year
looking at the numbers, it's just that's really ugh.
I mean the numbers is numbers and numbers don't necessarily lie, but I don't feel the year was trash. I feel the year was mid. So maybe, and you know what this could reveal to me is that some of the albums that I'm giving a zero are probably actually 0.5. But keep going.
One of them should be, but yeah, keep going.
Then we break or outline the sum of the zero interest albums. So this is like the sum of what we gave zeros.
Yep.
And Ghost is leading the charge with 52, followed by Ace with 44, and me. Y'all trying to come at me, but 36. By and large, I want. You know what killed y'all? Y'all don't respect the hip hop elders. Y'all need to go back and listen to the exhibits, the Will Smiths of the world, and so on and so forth.
I'm straight.
If we keep going, we have the sum of unlistened to albums with interest. So
Wait,
we
is
have
this? I just
There's
want to make
no
sure these
way.
the numbers actually is this formula right?
It looks like it.
listen,
Damn, that's that's crazy.
in a rare, probably never before seen, for the first time, we all respectively have 35 albums on this list that we have not listened to, but we do have interest in going back and listening to it. Which I think that's a good indication. Well, I don't know how high or low that should be. I think it's a good indication when there's a good sizable number of albums that we have not listened to that we want to listen to. Keep going. Is there anything else? Some
Some total,
uh,
some unlistened.
want to listen to albums. Ghost for some reason just completely won this category this year with 87. And the fact that how many albums are scroll back up? There's 100.
27, 127 albums.
There's
Well,
127.
actually, no. Actually, no. I think there's 124 because we have the first three rows.
Yeah, you don't count the first two rows. So out of 127, the quick math, you didn't listen. You only listen to 40. All right.
Sound well less than 40, but sounds about right to me.
Jeez on peas, man. You gotta get you in this. We gotta get you in the music session. I think there were a couple of days. Were a couple of days where just you and I, Ace, when we listened to some records.
I think there was only one
Okay,
day where it was me.
fair enough.
I think you
Well,
and Ghost listened to a couple of days without me, so I don't know.
yeah. I'm actually surprised. I thought for some reason that you listened to the most this year, Ace. But no, I actually slightly just took it with 8 more. Um, so yeah, looking at this data, what are some of the takeaways? I mean, again, I don't have to ask y'all how you feel about the year in general because we have the numbers to illustrate that. But what are some takeaways? We'll start with you, Ghost.
I mean, nothing here really surprised me. Like this is definitely a year that I didn't listen to that much hip hop, and there wasn't a whole lot of standout albums that really made me feel like I was missing anything. Like obviously, there's albums that I did miss, and I want to go back and find and check out. But generally speaking, I mean, hip hop is kind of not in a great space, in my opinion, at the moment. So I'm not super surprised really by anything here.
What about
The
you?
crazy thing is, like next year, I don't think it's gonna change much, really.
What about you, Ace? Looking at this data and all the numbers, what are your takeaways? Is any? Oop, and we're not on 2025 anymore.
So I'm just looking real quick for comparison's
Well,
sake
before we get to the
to help with
comparison
our
portion, can we
takeaways.
just go back to the numbers, please? Thank you.
Done. Yeah, I mean, I just think that the bad albums always pulled down the overall score. I feel like it was a good year, in terms of the number of projects that I thought were good. And some of just the ones that I didn't expect, like uh, what's her name, Rico Nasty being so high, things like that. Like, still a good year of surprises and solid verses. So, but yeah, then you had little babies pulling down the whole class's average.
Yeah, for
That's
me, it actually is consistent with what I have been saying. Um, Hip hop, maybe even music in general, these days doesn't have the oomph, the emphasis, the energy behind it, and like a lot of things in life, I would actually say there's a couple contributing factors. Not There's never just going to be one singular issue. Um, I think a lot of this lacks camaraderie and unity. While you look at some of these verses or some of these records, and they do have some interesting features, there's just no more like one train type records where there's just all the dope artists that were interested coming together and rapping on a record. And it's not just that I want to hear multiple artists on a record. It's the fact that when artists rap together, that inspires the competitiveness of like, oh, I'm trying to have the best verse. So when you just have like Drake and Party who are BFFs on a album, I mean, if you're not like obviously we don't expect the Kendrick to be on the album, but like you couldn't have pulled in who's even in Drake's corner these days. I mean, I'm just using this example to say like we need more. I mean, that was one of the things I believe was always the driving factor. There's also stuff like stuff labels, stuff goes on labels. I think people artists are super worried about numbers these days. Uh, the way people consume music is even a bit different because people are starting to listen to it like in the background, and or if artists don't have like a cosign, which is the craziest thing in general. If artists don't have a cosign from like a streamer, that's also impactful these days. So there's just so many weird things that are going on these days that I believe are culminating in the fact that we're getting a lot of mid music. That's kind of the TLDR that comes out of my um, data. Like the albums I listen to, I just came to the conclusion that there's a lot of mid going on. So yeah. And then real quick, even though for some reason when you go back and forth between the tabs, it completely f's up the artworks. For comparison, let's look at the data from 2024. So I'm looking pretty consistent.
Uh, 255.
2.4, 2.8.
Wait, so interesting. Me and Ace back to back years had almost identical scores for the ratings and are slightly higher than you, and your score was pretty close to the previous. So that's somewhat
Yeah.
interesting to know.
And it went up. Everybody went up. So this year, by definition, has to be better than last year.
Somehow, I guess. Total average score pretty much the
Although
same.
your average score went down though, so you actually weren't feeling
Yeah,
the folks that dropped that. That check out. And as far as the number of albums listened to, wait, was I 70? Am I 79 this year too?
I was
71.
Ace was 79. Yeah, last year you were
first year.
63. That's crazy. You just dropped the ball this year. You was like, I'm done with hip hop.
I mean,
I'm surprised
artists could
about that.
put out more better music because look at my Some Zero Interest albums last year, 36 compared to this year, 52.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm always just ranking on y'all. It's not the music is not reflective of y'all. If there's no music that's coming out that's really pulling y'all in, I mean, it is what it is. I guess I'll look at 2023 real quick, see if there's any much difference. Jesus, the album art is effed up. Oh, that's where that year at West. So my average is relatively the same for the ones I listened to. That year sucked for average score in general.
Yeah, I think we're getting a huge outlier. Throw it off the scores in West because if we got rid of him, it kind of looks like the other years.
Yeah. Yeah, in all previous years, when you've been listening to your sum of unlistened to products has been low. So, but this year, how it's being the highest is well, the second highest, excluding West, is crazy. Anyway, that's why. Well, this has nothing to do with the other thing, but this is why it's always dope that we do cap the year at specifically talking or predominantly talking about our favorite albums, content that other piece of content that we consume like movies and shows, um, You know, even though this is a celebration, quote unquote, of music and culture, I feel as if a lot of times we do end up looking at our at the hip hop list of albums that came out this year and be like, "Dang, these are pretty low scores." and I,
There ain't much to celebrate.
and I genuinely wonder, like, if other people did this, what would there be like? What would there be like? Because I mean, I don't keep fully in touch with it, but I look at like some of the scores that Fantano gives albums; those would be low. Um, I guess some of the magazine platforms were rank a little higher. Like, I'm pretty sure like everyone outside of us gave Playboy Cardi project like incredibly high score. So I don't know. Maybe one day we'll. I don't. I retract that. We're never going to compare one to platforms because these platforms they're just completely out of tune with how at least we're looking at albums or music in general. So anyway, I don't recall how I usually wrap this type of podcast up, but there's really not much to say. This is just predominantly for data purposes. I, even though it's incredibly tiring, actually consuming the music, I thoroughly enjoy going through all the numbers and hearing you guys' thoughts on projects. Even though I feel like a lot of cases, I feel as if we disagree more than we agree a lot of times. I wonder if we could ever put a number to that of like how many projects of like do we all unanimously agree on versus all the ones that we just this one guy loves it, one guy didn't listen to it, and one guy will listen to it because the other one guy loves it. um, but yeah, so I definitely thank y'all for coming on here and doing this podcast thing. We finally got it out the way. I think that's always the main.
Real quick, I just realized we never looked at the final rankings of the albums themselves. Like, what did we say was the highest rated and all that?
Yeah, we can do that real quick.
Uh,
This I believe this is gonna be the Saba joint, if I'm correct. Oh, the
well, let's
clips.
see. So, what? I guess for the total album score, counting the point fives and zeros, we got Clips the top, Mick Jenkins and
Jenkins.
Emil tied with the Clips,
Just disregard
Saba,
Omar.
Saba, No ID, Rico
You
Nasty.
really didn't like that Rico Nasty joint, huh?
I mean, it was. Again, I appreciated it. It's just none of the. I'm not gonna go back and revisit it. Jid, Billy Woods, Amine, Open Mike
And
Eagle.
that's why it's good that we stay away from debates because you know what? You be coming in with some house shit that I don't believe you listen to, but I definitely can imagine a person replaying that Rico Nasty joint. That has replayability, but I'll try not.
All right, yeah, just tell me how to listen. I listen to music. Got it. Uh,
See, this is why you don't. It's why you don't go screwing around with the spreadsheet for you jack up the formula. What got the lowest?
uh, what the? Oh, you know what? That's dumb. I'm just looking at the ones that were fully listened to. If that changes much, John Michael, Wrong
The John Michael
Street,
tape was really good.
Ellie. Yeah, all right. So now let's see the lowest. Uh, for okay, so yeah, I mean, just counting the zeros, we got Ken Carson at -1. But I think honestly for this one, it should just be what we actually listen to. So yeah, lowest that we're listening to.
That Rugrats thing was so awful.
This is actually not accurate because it should be
I may
saying
never
0.
intentionally listen to Rugrat again.
Yeah, so the Rugrat album
Oh,
is 0. It's the worst of the year, even though it's not adding correctly. Honestly, ones that more than one of us listen to. The Playboy Cardi, the Molly Santana, yeah, that might be the worst because multiple people listen to it.
That was a collective. Turn that shit off.
The clipping, Lil Wayne, damn Lil Baby, How the Mighty Have Fallen, Partner Next Door Drake, Joey, ooh wee.
All right,
Where's the
we don't need to revisit all the trash
yeah,
unless
I
y'all
just
want
wonder
to.
where's the one
You know
you
what?
gave a -1 ace?
That was the
I did
Rugrat.
the Rugrat one.
No,
Which one did Quest
okay.
do?
The one I
Yeah,
gave
you
him
okay, yeah,
was
yours was the Ken Carson.
Ken Carson.
Oh
I just
yeah.
don't know where it went, but I think we have our final
You better
results.
fix that spreadsheet to us back to
It's fixed. Look at it. Relax.
just making sure. Anyway, like I said, I don't know how to wrap round these out, and I think we all said our final words. Yeah. Yeah. Again, this is more so just for hee ha ha's. Maybe one day we'll have, even when we have a larger platform, it'll be interesting to get community engagement and see what other people think. I feel as if the masses would probably laugh us at the park for some of our takes, but it is what it is. Okay, after actually we didn't hit four, so I feel as if somebody deserves something. And my apologies, I completely missed these comments. I need to get well, it's not I need to get good at them because they're usually not applicable. But salute to West for hopping in the chat and giving his take. What is rate your music?
Platform where you
The
can rate your
site, rate
music.
your music.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
And then he
why
said,
did?
West asks if we use it, if any of us use it.
Oh no, I don't like rate your music because it's like a big echo chamber as far as like other people's ratings. But I guess to self-rate, it's possible.
Yeah,
It's too
exactly.
much work in my opinion.
well, there you go, Wes. If you wanted to know why or if it seemed like too much work in echo chamber, and he was also asking about the point five system. I mean, it seems like it really doesn't change much to the thing, so you do it as long as you explain it. It seemed like it just gives a more accurate idea of what a person feels about a project. Anyway, I never expect this to get any level of viewership, but if anyone does listen, drop some of your favorite albums and least favorite albums in the comments. Other than that, yeah, this is not a podcast where we're going to gain new perspective, learn something new, and or find something entertaining. But if any of that does happen to you, then if that does happen to you, if it doesn't happen to you, we don't really care this episode. We want to be fun. Thank you. Stop recording.